The final whistle has blown. The game is final. But we're not done yet. This is Green Bay Game Night, powered by ESPN Wisconsin. Live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios in downtown Milwaukee. Alongside Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher and former Badger and Packer Gary Ellerson, here's Emmy Award-winning Homer.
It is hard to believe. And I'm sure Mark Tauscher will have great opening comments. The Packers lost to the Cleveland Browns 13-10. It would seem more difficult to lose an inter-squad game, but no. And now, to Mark Tauscher.
Well, Home Slice, you sent, I think, a tweet out about starting the postgame, and I actually was thinking at 10-0 that was going to be enough because the Browns' offense stinks. But today, Green Bay found a way to lose to a team that has no business being on the same field as them. And I get it, NFL teams, road games, our offense, our special teams, Matt Laflur, they all deserve as much criticism as I believe they're going to get. The defense does what it does. The defense did everything that was expected today, like we would expect. Offensively, bad game plan, horrible execution, poor job by the O-line, can't get the running game going. Special teams, I don't know what there, it seems like it's a penalty every time. This is the reality of an NFL season, and I think for this team, everybody, myself included, I think you, we've all crowned them after 2 weeks because of the way this team looked. I still believe this is a big-time contender. I still believe this is a really good team. But today is another great reminder why the NFL is king and why I don't care how good you are, if you don't go out and play at a high level, on a consistent level, for 60 minutes of a game, anybody can beat you, even a team like the Cleveland Browns, which had no business. They play this game 20 times, Green Bay's winning 19. Today was the one that it didn't because Green Bay didn't do what they needed to do to close this thing out. They didn't. They played sloppy. They gave Cleveland every opportunity and another opportunity. And then when you thought it was even after all of that, they still were going to win. They have a special teams mishap that gives the Cleveland Browns a chance to win. And Cleveland said, thank you very much. They're not going to have many wins this season. We gift-wrapped them one today. They deserved it. We didn't. That's what you get in the NFL. You get what you deserve, and the Green Bay Packers got what they deserved this afternoon.
Don't think I've ever disagreed with you more. It should be against the law to mention anything but Jordan Love. That was the stupidest play I've ever seen given game and time. All these other things occurred only.
Run the ball.
No.
Hey,
yes.
Run the ball.
Yes.
Take it out of Jordan's hands. It's 3rd and 3.
Yes, you can't mention anything else in the postgame. Nothing can be mentioned in the postgame other than one name,
Homer,
Jordan
let me ask
Love.
You something. Whoa. Homer.
What?
Homer, let me ask you something. Yes, terrible decision, dumb throw.
Given the game and situation, they could not score.
Well, Homer, before you go on this rant, and you know what? Everybody, Jordan Love, that was brutal. No question. But what I'll say is, did I tell you that this was a defensive-led team? And was today the epitome? This is a defensive-led team. True or false?
True.
Cleveland's offense stinks. True or false?
True.
So if you understand all that, you're up 7. Cleveland's using timeouts. Don't even put yourself in that position. So yes, you can't make that play. And I know you're paying him everything that you can say. I can't argue.
Pay him $1.
Run the ball. Hey, run the ball. Make him use it. Let your punt the ball away. Win the game 10-3. Period. If you don't throw that pick, if you run the ball and punt it, you win the game. That's it. So, yes, you can say, disagree. You can, because that interception obviously springboarded and gave them breath. We punt the ball. They have no breath left. Period. They're not going 80 yards to tie that game. They're not. So I love Lafleur's in games where but you have to understand, and it takes a while to figure this out. But there's times you can be conservative and you can lean on your defense. You do that today, you're 3-0. Even though you can have all of the negativity that is coming because you deserve it. Your offense stunk today. It wasn't good.
Can I
why
take back
even
my opinion? Because you've just proven I'm
go
wrong.
ahead.
Yeah. This isn't on. I wish to apologize to Jordan Love. It was not his fault.
Run the ball.
100%.
Run the ball.
Yes, you're right. It's 100%
if that
on
defense against this offense,
yes.
if they give up 80 yards, I'm castigating the defense today. This is a defensive, especially against an offense that.
Can we eliminate my part against Jordan Love? Because while it was incredibly stupid, Laflur was 100 times more stupid than Jordan Love. He made the mistake of thinking that Jordan Love wouldn't be stupid enough to throw an interception. You can't take that risk.
You don't need to.
Yep.
We all take risks in life. We all, whatever you're doing, right? Sometimes the juice is worth the squeeze. Sometimes it's not. There was no reason to do that. Even though you could say, Jordan, this is your third year. You can't make that throw. I'll agree with you 1,000 out of 1,000 times. But you don't even put him in that position. Run the ball. Maybe you get the first down. You punt it away. Your punter hammering the ball today. Punt it away. Let your defense, who is leading your team. This is different than what in the past with other quarterbacks and how that you now have a defense that is dominant. Let them do their job. And we didn't do that today. And that's why I can't believe what I just saw in the last 3 minutes of that game. I can't. Because it should never have happened. And I guarantee you saw enough mistakes throughout the day to think, what is this? It's a road game. And there's NFL games. You've covered this long enough. I played long enough. There are games it just don't make sense. Like, you're on the road and something happens and momentum goes against you and you can't recapture it and you lose a game to a team that you shouldn't and you kind of just chalk it up. That wasn't today. Today was a game you gift wrapped. You don't gift wrap things in September. You maybe do that in December or late November when Christmas is coming. We absolutely gift wrapped a game to a team that I would bet doesn't win 5 games this year. That's it.
1-800-990-3776. They are lined up. We will get to them. The Packers lose to the Browns. If you left the game when it was 10-0, there's no way they could. Now, those who saw it are even more amazed than those who didn't. Even though, yes, the Packers did lead 10-0. Your calls. This is Green Bay Game Afternoon. I wouldn't think it possible, but I want to be on the record. It didn't? No. Laflur did a worse job coaching than Luke Fickell this weekend. Think of that. Yes, he trumped Luke Fickell. Laflur, he did it. Another apology to Jordan Love, which doesn't seem appropriate given how stupid the play was, but he should not have been given the opportunity, as was appropriately stated by Mark Tauscher. Your comments next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. Greg Matzek, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
Who benefits the most from Micah Parsons being on the field?
Secondary. Keyshawn Nix.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
If you're a quarterback, you've got to get the football out of your hands before you really want to do it. I mean, everybody's getting their wealth with this, but to me, I think it's really the guys in the secondary.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
Is your roof underperforming? Saggy shingles, leaky spots? Sounds like someone needs a little Evandale Roofing. They don't just patch things up, they go all the way. Tight, sealed, satisfied. It's the kind of roof that'll have your neighbors going,
now that's a roof.
Evandale Roofing. They get on top so you don't have to. Call now. Your house deserves it.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans, For your game day compatriots and your everyday companions. For your personal cheerleaders and your personal heroes. For the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com today.
Neck and back surgeries can be risky. Your spine deserves the best. Professional athletes trust Neurospine Center of Wisconsin, including baseball, where surgeon Dr. Brandon Rebels helped get Milwaukee's MVP back on the field for a stellar season. We can help you too, with the top nationally rated spine surgeons in the state for quality outcomes. You can trust the professionals at Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Get a second opinion in just a few clicks. Now offered virtually throughout Wisconsin. Visit nscwi.com. Neurospine Center of Wisconsin. Your spine health is our passion.
Kick off your game day with a shine. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash now with 7 convenient locations across greater Milwaukee, including the brand new location in New Berlin. The best part, your very first wash is absolutely free when you sign up online. That's a $25 value on us. At Tsunami Express, you'll enjoy premium washes that protect your car, plus free vacuums and detailing tools to keep your ride looking spotless inside and out. Fast, easy, and always looking its best. Roll into the game feeling confident and clean. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Summer's wrapping up, and life is picking back up. Early mornings, long days, and a to-do list that doesn't quit. And neither should you. Who has time to slow down due to body pain? That's why there's Aleve, to keep you going. With just one pill, Aleve delivers longer-lasting body pain relief per dose compared to other leading OTC branded pain relievers. Aleve helps keep you moving from sunup to sundown with up to 12 hours of pain relief per dose, so you can keep moving and be ready for whatever's next. Use as directed.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Hey, it's Alex Strofe. When it's game day, every detail matters. From the perfect seat on the couch to the perfect spread on the table. For over 125 years, Coops has been bringing incredible flavor to the table with 14 bold mustard flavors that turn good food great and great food amazing. Whether it's brats, burgers, or pretzels at halftime, Coops isn't your ordinary mustard. It's extraordinary mustard. So this football season, bring the bold, bring the flavor, bring Coops. Coops Mustard, spreading the love since 1897.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. Call the Carbless Talk and Text Line, 800-990-3776.
I saw it, and I still don't believe it. Packers lost 13-10 to the Cleveland Browns.
Hey, Homer.
Yes.
Quick question for you.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of Matt Laflur
appropriate.
Question marks today because he had the great challenge with the 12 men.
He did.
And then 14 penalties is just unbelievable, right?
So don't you think part of that was the officials? I mean, there were just like a million calls. They wanted to.
They called everything. Way too much. They could have called. I mean, they missed some holdings on Micah.
Yes.
You could call. I love postseason football for a lot of reasons, but the big one is they stop throwing flags every down. They called PI on Keyshawn Nixon, which was just garbage. That if that's PI,
22
every
penalties.
PI. But I didn't understand, and I want to just make sure that I didn't miss something. The OPI, and it did end up affecting the game, that Cleveland's wideout had on, I think it was maybe Keyshawn.
Okay.
Down the sideline. Why on earth did we not decline that and just move on with our life? It would have been fourth down. They caught it out of bounds. Do you know what I'm talking about? It was in the third quarter.
Right.
Just another thing, we could think about that as we take calls.
It was third and 10. It was third and 10 at the 35-yard line. And, yes, they called it, and they took it, and then there was a punt.
It was a drop pass, so it would have been 4th and 10. What are we doing? Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
No, I think you're correct, and that put it back 3rd and 20 on the 25. Parsons was offside, so it was 3rd and 15, and they got 10 yards. So, yeah, it got the Cleveland punt. Did get to the 1 yard line. It did not make any difference, but yes, I would.
Well, we don't know, right? But
no, but you're right.
You never know.
You never know. But yes, they could have made them punt. I must have felt that maybe they could. The offense was so bad that another down would give them a chance for a turnover or something.
Get some more yardage or turnover.
I guess.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Excellent point again. You're on a roll. Anything else you want to add? Yeah, Matt Lafleur is going to be destroyed inappropriately. So he cost the game. He lost the game.
Well, no, listen, the players will. I don't want, but you have to have your guys prepped. I think there was a little bit of, and this is a really hard thing to do, is to, Mike McCarthy would always tell us, the hardest thing in sports is to handle success. Green Bay had so much success, so much love, so many bouquets flying at them after those first 2 weeks. And again, totally deserve it because of how they played and what they did. And it's hard. Nick Saban would tell you, don't eat the rat poison. I think there's a combination of all that goes into an NFL season. And it's more on the offensive side. The defense did exactly what I thought they were going to do today. Exactly.
But don't you think Cleveland's defense is really good and you have to give them
Cleveland's defense is really good. Okay. It is. Right. But it ain't if that's the case, our offense is not it's obvious our offense is not where it needs to be. Mm-hmm. And I think the big question mark is going to be, where are we with running the football? Because that, not having confidence to be able to run Josh Jacobs at the end of a game, and then he puts it on the ground. I think we're very fortunate they didn't overturn that. But you go back to the pick, and obviously the interception is the game changer, and then the blocked field goal. But not being able to run the football a lick, 31 for 81, 2.6. Josh Jacobs, 16 for 30.
Can I interject just a little, because I really should?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, he's not a running head coach, and he never will be a running head coach, and you nailed it perfectly. You have 3:33 left. You have a guy you believe in so many ways, in Josh Jacobs. What do? They run 2 trick plays to Golden.
Yeah.
Even before the interception.
Yeah. You have to come. I think there's always a learning process, finding out what your team is. And you have to remember, it's the 21st of September, only 3 weeks in. And you're trying to find out what your football team is. But you saw the first 2 weeks against 2 great offenses. Great, 2 of the best quarterbacks in the NFC. And you stifled and turned him into Charlie Checkdown. Now you got a 40-year-old dude that can't move. He's turned into Charlie Checkdown. Punt the ball and make them go 80 against this defense. They ain't going to do it.
Yep.
You have to learn lessons. Hopefully Matt Lafleur does that.
I think he'll learn. Don't you?
Hope so.
You hope so? That's not.
Homer, listen, man, he is. You
know what? Let me ask you a question.
The fact that
if you run out of gas and you put root beer in your tank and the car doesn't start, do you think you'll use root beer again?
No, I will not.
Okay.
Nope.
Because that's the level of stupidity that this was.
No, but Homer,
what?
It's not. I love a good analogy. You know that.
I know.
This is more of.
All right.
Matt Lafleur is an offensive-minded coach. He's a competitive dude. He wants this offense to be great. And maybe at some point we will. We won't. If Josh Jacobs and the offensive line and the run game doesn't get better, we are not going to be a great offense. We can be an average offense. But if you can't run the football with the way we're built, we're going to struggle against really good defenses. Yep. Because you saw today, Jordan had a bad game. He took a god-awful sack that you can't take on a 3rd and 1. Can't do it, ever. And he took more sacks. It just was a flawed plan against Myles Garrett and that defense. You wanted to try and pound the football, and I was actually commending him for sticking with the run as much as they did. 31 touches, a lot of runs in the NFL.
Yep.
So I respect that. but you have to do it at the end of game when the money's on the table. If this was a different scenario and you were playing the Buffalo Bills or Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs or somebody that you're deathly afraid is going to go down and score, I don't have a problem with you dropping back and making that throw. Now, you don't want to make that throw, obviously, but against the Browns, you know that they're not going to move the ball. You know it. You saw it. You just watched. You just watched 50 some odd minutes of ball. You know what's going on.
You made an even better example of why he couldn't trust Jordan Love on a pass because of what he saw him do on that sack.
Yeah, that was brutal. Jordan had a bad day, man. I like Jordan Love, and I think Jordan Love is a good player, but today he just had a tough day. A very tough day, and you make a critical decision like you did, it cost your football team a ball game.
Yep.
And those are always painful to kind of have in your saddle.
Sugar Free is first. Sugar Free, you're on the Titanic. Green Bay afternoon, whatever. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys should just run the show. You guys are so accurate. Homer, you got Taus. I thought I have passion. I have passion. But Taus is on fire. I've never heard him so angry. And he's 100%. You're 100%. Just run the show. I'm going to hang up. Just run the show. But, the Packers
Hey,
did
Shug,
not
before.
take care.
Shug. Did Shug hang up?
I don't know.
No.
No, Shug. One thing, quick question. Blip or how concerned are you about what you saw today?
Well, at the end, get this. Lafleur doesn't, just like you said, you're accurate. But the one thing that you did not say is on the fumble before they kicked the field goal and they got it blocked.
Yep.
When you fumble the ball and you know you're not going to gain a yard, you kneel it. You didn't learn a lesson. You're telling me LaFleur is going to learn a lesson? He didn't learn a lesson right in the game. He needed to kneel it twice. They got it an illegal motion and brought him back 5 yards. You kneel it. You would have been closer. Get on there, kick the field goal, kick it away, and let them go 80 yards. Again, they didn't learn their lesson. So you're right. He better learn the lesson. No.
Thanks, Shug.
Was something else.
I'll say this
that
for what Shug's
else.
point is.
Yes. And the Packers got injuries in the offensive line, but that's an excellent point, too.
Why they ran there, Homer? Because they didn't want to give any time left to Cleveland. And again, field goal's different. Like the kid made a 55-yard bomb to win it. So I'm all right with them even after the fumble of running it again. You kneel it. You're going to probably give them 35 seconds instead of 25, which is what they would have had you made the kick and done all that. So I'm not going to kill LaFleur on that one.
Well, it's sure secondary, given the other options that you had. Even if it was wrong, and I probably lean toward sugar-free more than you do, because it's being too conservative. But yeah, it's nowhere in the league of the other two ones.
Has our special teams got any better?
No.
Good. We got a good kicker. We got a good punter. But we have a flag. It feels like on a real regular basis. The guy they
predicted on the field goal that was made that there was who was the guy? Was that 85-86? Who was in the corner? Right, that got beat.
Tucker. I think it was Tucker.
Yeah, Kraft.
I think it was 85.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But anyway, yes, they screw up all the time. This was the guy who was supposed to be so good, and yes, there's such a list that some people kind of get a pass when they shouldn't, and that
he's
will
gotten. I'll say this: the special teams, obviously, the kicking disasters of the Anders Carlson. I don't even remember the other kid's name. Narveson, I think. Yeah. Like that whole deal, you finally get the kicker right, and you start feeling better about it. And I thought I was getting texts as the game was ending. And I'm saying, everything that, saying. LaFleur got out-coached. Sloppy game, penalties. And I'm saying, with all that said, we're still going to be 3-0. Because, oh boy, Domofsky says he ain't going to miss a kick all season. right? He's money. He's reffing games during practice. You're not even kicking. Everybody just loves this guy. And then, of course, the kick gets blocked, and we're very lucky it wasn't a scoop and score situation. Special teams needs to. It's early, but it is not trending the way we had hoped.
All right, Levi. Let's get Levi on, then we'll take a break. The Packers lost 13-10 to the University of Cleveland Browns.
Can you believe you're saying that?
No, I can't. I can't. This might be. I never thought there'd be anything more amazing than the Packers getting Micah Parsons, but this might be it. Right? I mean, I don't know. Did they have those? They have those percentages of your chance to win now. The gambling sites. I wonder what percentage the Packers were at. We had it at 102%.
When you text about being up 10-0 and going, I would bet the way the game was trending, it would have been mid-90s. Green Bay wins the game.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought that as it's going on, I'm going like, damn. Tausch says early, this would have been the perfect example to do it. And it's too bad we didn't. You know why? Because this show would be historic. We would be the jinx in the history of sports.
We're going to try to avoid we'll try to avoid doing that, but I've told you before, I'll never do it unless it's at least 17. Never, because we just saw the Jets-Tampa game is crazy. Philly, the NFL's crazy. It has to be a 17-point lead for me to ever think about doing it. But a 10-point
lead against this offense was a 17-point lead,
Homer,
right?
I wasn't disagreeing with your sentiment. I just you're right. 10 points today felt like 24.
So you had a great feel.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah, whatever your feel was.
Moose Johnston said the same thing. Like when you get to 10, I don't know how many possessions they're going to get, and they haven't done anything with any of the possessions that they did have.
Right.
Until they did.
They had a 93% chance to win with just under 4 minutes left in the fourth.
Oh, just 93.
That was their highest.
But that's not. See, my answer is that is why those stats are inaccurate. You know why? That percentage does not factor in the Cleveland Browns offense. It's just a statistic based on all the games.
No, I think it does.
I don't think
so.
it
does.
Well, we'll have to look. But given that offense, it should have been 102%.
Well, then it would have been 102%
and
wrong.
It wasn't. All right. 93%. We'll get to the rest of the callers next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Football's back, and if you're headed up toward Green Bay, the perfect stop is Higher Love Cannabis Company, just seconds over the border in Menominee, Michigan, less than an hour from Green Bay. An easy stop before or after the game or anytime you're passing through town. And with so many low-quality, unregulated CBD products floating around Wisconsin, trust matters. Higher Love, award-winning, organically grown, locally owned, and the real deal. Higher Love Cannabis Company, best in the Midwest. Visit findhigherlove.com/CBD.
Is back pain slowing you down? The OAW Spine Center offers specialized care with advanced treatments for herniated discs, spinal fusion, and more. Their board-certified orthopedic care specialists use the least invasive methods, starting with non-surgical options. If surgery is needed, they provide minimally invasive procedures. The OAW Spine Specialists focus on getting you back to an active lifestyle faster. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWSpineCenter.com.
I'm very familiar with Gruber Law Offices because they're always out in the community.
Gruber Law Offices are known to be honest, hardworking.
They're always involved in our neighborhoods.
Gruber Law Offices make our community a better place.
They are the best. For nearly 40 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped people throughout Wisconsin. If you're injured, we're here to help. One call, that's all.
Wisconsin would not be the same without Gruber Law Offices.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we do more than close deals. We serve with gratitude and faith-filled purpose. We've sold over $300 million in real estate since 2020, one of the top-ranked real estate teams in Wisconsin, and we're just getting started. What sets us apart? We care. Even if we're not your agent, we'll still help. That's the kind of stewardship the community deserves. If you're buying or selling across southeastern Wisconsin, let us earn your trust. I'm Tony Wendorf, and I want to create your red carpet experience. Contact us at wendorfteam.first firstweber.com.
Craving that crispy, cheesy, thick Detroit-style pizza? Well, now you got it with Screamin' Sicilian. Screamin' Sicilian delivers the crunch, the gooey cheese pull, and that light, airy crust that you love, all baked in its own pan for those crave-worthy caramelized edges straight from your home oven. You got the cheese, the pepperoni, multi-meat, or supreme. It's like dining out, but without the hefty bill. Find Screamin' Sicilian in your local grocer's freezer section. Screamin' Sicilian, Detroit-style, thick, crispy, unapologetically Screamin'.
Hey, it's Kyle Wallace. September is here and the kids are back in school. Vacations are winding down. And for a lot of us, that means one thing. Time to refocus on the house. Buy 2 windows, get 2 free, no limit. And to make it even easier, you'll get 0% financing for 3 years. So no interest and no pressure. Don't wait for the first freeze to realize your windows aren't cutting it. Call 414-410-2000 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com to book your free estimate today. You'll be ahead of the game. And like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
Well, you and I, we make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on Prize Picks, where it's good to be right. Prize Picks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections, and if you get your picks right, you can cash in. Prize Picks puts their users first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Prize Picks offers Venmo, Apple Pay, MasterCard, and more for quick and easy deposits into your account this football season. Prize Picks also offers injury reboots. If one of your players leaves the game in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks won't count it as a loss. Prize Picks is the best way to cash in this football season. Which players are going to go off? Which ones aren't? Make your picks in less than 60 seconds and turn your takes into cash all season long on Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the best place to win cash while watching sports. Join millions of users and sign up today. Download the app, use code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code WI to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text line 800-990-3776.
The Packers lost to the Cleveland Browns 13-10. To do it was as difficult as losing an inter-squad game. You can quote me on that. Levi, I lost it and didn't get to you. I want to apologize that you're second on the list after Jordan Love, which is hard to believe because he did do one of the stupidest things I've ever seen a quarterback do, but he shouldn't have been given the opportunity to do that. Take it away, Levi.
I forgive you guys. Don't worry about it. I was telling your producer during commercial break, it's fun when sometimes you guys get at it sometimes. So don't worry about it. But, hey, Tausch, what's up, my man?
How are you, Levi? What did you think?
What'd
you
think
of today? Well, it was very, very, very frustrating. Quote from Mike McCarthy for you, like Jesse would do for the show. But anyway, it was frustrating to see how they played, especially on the offensive side, because Cleveland's defense really does have a good defense. But I got mad at the Packers at the end of the third quarter when the clock was about to go to 0. Why didn't you guys wait to use that third down to start the fourth quarter and 15-yard seconds during left game?
Yeah, it's a dumb move.
There was that, and give Cleveland credit. They just came back and fought harder than we did in the last whatever minutes of the game. So that's all I got for you guys. Have a good day. So talk to you.
All right, thanks, Levi. I would disagree with Levi to give Cleveland a ton of credit. They hung in there. So I give them credit. They played hard and all the things that you would expect a professional football team to do. But Green Bay gave them that game. Can anybody argue that?
No, Hall of Fame gave them that game.
Yeah, it was a giveaway.
They had to do.
Yeah, it was a giveaway.
I mean, they had to work hard. It was not easy to give it away. They gave it away, then they could have taken it back, and then they gave it away again, and they could have taken it back, and then.
Yeah. To Levi's point, and this is, again, part of the decision-making, I know Laflur loves at the end of a quarter to go up and try and get a team to jump. Like if the game clock is less than the play clock, you go up there and you go hard count. You try to get a free 5 yards. You try to get a free play. I love it. But the thing is, everybody knows that now because everybody is doing it. So I think they tried, and if they were going to quarterback sneak or run a halfback dive on 3rd and 1 and do it, where you maybe had these guys on their heels because they thought they were going to just run the clock out, great. But you compound that with snapping it early, not doing it, and then taking the bad sack, it's troubling. That's the stuff that bothers you as a coach and as players, because those are unforced errors. Those aren't, hey, somebody beat me physically, or I couldn't accomplish this. That's just mental. That almost felt like a mental battle, and Green Bay tried to do something they had no business doing.
I also should give Jordan Love credit, because we would normally be discussing, had they made the field goal, that even though he made one of these stupidest plays, he did, after they had the good kickoff return as well by Williams, he did lead the team down the field and win the game. And so it would have been an example, and that should be remembered. He showed like what I call Rory McIlroy, where like he just was horrific, but then still had enough to get it done. And so that's why to mention him in the same level as Lafleur just isn't fair to him, because one, shouldn't have been given the opportunity, and two, he brought it back, and then most overpaid special teams guy ever. And again, I want to emphasize that they had a debacle on the field goal they made. I mean, I don't know which one of the announcers said it. Hey, that's a mess, and it was a different mess. But I'd like to know what Kraft was thinking, because it was almost like he thought they have an angle, and he thought the player was going far enough outside the angle that he couldn't block it. I don't know, because he really didn't. I
don't even know if that is the guy that blocked it.
Yeah, or was it the guy inside?
I know that.
It was an inside guy,
I think
too.
There's some guys. So there was plenty of
two guys that could have.
I think he maybe tipped it, and then the other guy batted it down even more. But it was a cluster.
Yes,
it was a cluster.
All right, who's been waiting the longest? Jason, right? Jason's been waiting a half hour. Jason, you're on with Mark Tauscher. It is Green Day, the Titanic show.
Okay. So I'm going to ask or make a couple quick observations, and when I'm done, I'm going to ask Tausch for an honest, authentic answer to my question. So watching today's game, I had kind of an epiphany. When Matt Lafleur and his offenses go up against physical, talented defenses, both he and his offense have a tendency to turtle up, as they did today. They repeatedly have turtled up against physical teams like the 49ers and the Eagles.
Turtled up, I like that.
Well, and then as far as special teams, Matt Lafleur is the individual who hired Sean Menenga, and then Mo Drayton, and now Bisaccia. Today's loss was just like the playoff loss to the 49ers, other than it being at Lambeau as opposed to the road. They lost 13-10. They couldn't run the ball. They went against a statue of a quarterback who couldn't play, Garoppolo, Flacco today. They couldn't run, as I said. They were playing a physical D. San Francisco had a physical D. They were one-dimensional. And then, of course, the special team gaffes, horrific, over and over. Black punt then, black field goal. So, Tosh, I want to ask you a real honest question. I listen to you and Wildy daily. Do you honestly believe Matt Lafleur is a coach who can get the Packers to a Super Bowl? And I'd rather have you not answer. Okay, because I'll be honest with you, I'm done today.
Really? You're done?
No.
Okay.
This was it. They have so much talent on defense. Tausch, thank God you pulled Homer back. Jordan Love played atrociously. I'm not. This is Matt Lafleur. This was all Matt Lafleur. And I don't. And by the way, I'm sure you didn't have a chance to see it. Philly blocked back-to-back field goals to beat the 2-0 Rams after being down 26-7. Teams win games on special teams. You don't have to. I'm at the point where I just hope our punt returners fair catch the ball. We are awful. We have done. This is year 7, guys. So Tausch, I'll get off. you can make your case.
Question for you before you get off, though. Question for you.
Sure.
The question is, I think Matt Lafleur is a really good offensive-minded coach. I do. Now, if you want to get into some of the other stuff, I think discipline, and I think your criticism of him against really physical defenses, the question I'm going to have this year is, will Matt Lafleur understand that he doesn't need to be all world on offense? He needs to understand that this is a defensive-led team that if they're going to win in the playoffs, and I'm not the world is falling. This was a bad loss, no doubt about it. If you don't think they're going to still win their division, and I still think that they have a ton of great stuff ahead of them, Matt Lafleur does need to, I think, get a better understanding in games like this what it takes to win, and I do think that's an unknown. But I think the other part of Matt Lafleur, I think he's a really good offensive-minded. He's got good schemes. He does things. But he has to figure out what he's got as a team, and that's still a process that's undergoing.
Tosh, he's a really bright offensive mind, and especially when he's kind of playing from ahead. Go back and look at the statistics from that playoff game against San Francisco. That's what this game was. There was one thing Jordan Love could not do today: turn the ball over. He did it for nearly four quarters, and Matt had to make as Homer pointed out correctly, after back-to-back end-arounds, they knew they couldn't run it. It was a poorly coached team. We're going to face a physical team. We're going to face them. I don't think Matt's got it. You know what? There have been excuses. He hired Bisaccia, didn't he? I mean, unless you're telling me that was a front office move, because that's right up there with the Joe Barry hire at this point. It's right up there, Tausch, and I'm sorry.
If he wants to cover his butt, I'd fire him tomorrow.
I'm sorry. There were two penalties on the poll. People are complaining, why'd you call holding on this? I mean, they're awful. And it's Homer point out, they almost got the prior kick blocked. They're not professional level on special teams. They haven't been. Golden's looking to catch the ball inside the 5. At some point,
didn't they have a kickoff where they had? Did they have a kickoff where they had 2 penalties?
Yeah.
And they had
take your pick. Take your pick. I mean, Tausch, we aren't getting it changed on special teams. That's been a 7-year run.
Yeah.
And the physicalness on the defense when the other team, come on, Cleveland today, you got Schwartz, aggressive. They got talent. You know that going into a game. You're going up against them and Joe Flacco. And the Packers, honestly, it was one of the worst game plans I've ever seen from an offense. So the star of the game was the defense, as Tausch pointed out. I'd rather have Hafley in control of this team right now than Matt Lafleur.
All right, thanks for the call.
Whoa.
Yeah, whoa.
There's 2 woes. He did the Hafley over Lafleur, and then can we say that Rich Bisaccia is the Joe Barry? Can we say that? I'm not going to go that far.
You could say, no, he's way more disappointing because of the reputation and the payment. You know what he is? No, I'm not going to go there.
Don't. Do you think? Just wait a second.
But I would fire him if there are things that I like about Matt Lafleur. I stand by the fact that he likes to be smart more than tough. But they could fire the given what happened, you could fire the special teams coach. Now, I don't think they will because that would be an overreaction when you think your team is good, and it's but. There are head coaches that would have fired.
You think Joe Barry was better at his job than Rich Bisaccia is at his?
No, it's close.
That's what you just said.
No, because they didn't bring in Joe Barry like he was this legendary good defensive coordinator. He was good. Bisaccia was brought in because of his history of success. He was the guy.
Yep.
Barry was never the guy. Now, so it was compared to expectations when brought in. Bisaccia has been worse than Barry.
Wow.
Flush it or flesh it.
I think Jason's point on the comp to that 49ers playoff game.
Fantastic.
Very, very accurate. Like, the way the game played out is very similar.
But it's worse because this is not a playoff team. Now, if you think the Packers are good, then the gap between the Packers and this team, Cleveland, should be significantly larger than the gap between the 49ers and the Packers.
Yes.
In that playoff game.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. I wish I would have tweeted because we were talking about the interception, but I would have thought you could give Cleveland 15 possessions and they couldn't have scored had the Packers just punted that ball and they would have had to gone 75 yards. I mean,
it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah.
Not a touchdown. No, a long field goal, maybe.
Right.
To score a touchdown, that wasn't going to happen. It wasn't.
So we will get to the rest of your calls. We'll get Flesh It or Flesh It all next, and it hasn't changed. Packers, and this is the first I've mentioned of it, but undefeated Rashid Damas, it's over.
No, it's over.
It's over, which
Quick.
is probably
That's a tough one.
That's probably the best part of this occurring. Is the end of that, and it'll be forgotten very quickly.
Yes,
now it will. Next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Pull up to Potawatomi Casino Hotel Milwaukee and shoot your shot at big wins for Sweet Ticket September. Play with your rewards card for entries. Score triple on Drawing Thursday. Win slam dunk prizes like cash, reward plate, and tickets to see the Milwaukee Bucks in action. Sweet Ticket September. You ready for this? Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
For your fellow fanatics and your number one fans. For your game day compatriots and your everyday companions. For your personal cheerleaders and your personal heroes. For the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com today.
Change your grocery game plan to locally owned Century Foods, home of the best meat, freshest produce, and tastiest treats.
Now through Wednesday, save on 9 to 13.1 ounce selected varieties, Old Dutch tortilla or potato chips, 2 for $5.50. 32 ounce selected varieties, International Delight Creamer, 2 for $7. 10 to 10.8 ounce selected varieties, Bird's Eye Vegetables, 4 for $5. 10.5 to 11.25 ounce selected varieties, New York Texas Toast, 2 for $5.
I am starving.
Oh no, never walk into a Century when you're hungry.
Unless it's free sample day. Ooh, pizza, yes. I'd love to try that one.
My husband thinks he can make a meal out of grocery store samples.
Need to wash this down. I think I see someone handing out samples in the liquor department.
Geez, can we focus on our list?
What's this?
It says you can win 2 tickets to Green Bay's home game against Chicago on December 7th.
Or autographed footballs, or a 4-pack of Green Bay Hall of Fame tickets.
You have to enter through Century's Facebook or Instagram.
I'll be entering this on my phone in the deli next to that cheese sample station.
Enter by November 12th.
WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Captain Mason Peer Outreach Project is here for you. Part of the mission is promoting the Live Today, Put It Away initiative, encouraging all veterans to practice safe firearm storage, use gun safes, lockboxes, and always store ammunition separately. Remember, your life is invaluable. Reach out, talk to someone, and let's promote safety in our veteran community. Together, we can make our community stronger and safer for everyone. 414-955-8910 or veteranpeeroutreach.org. Supported by the Sergeant Fox Grant and Veterans Outreach of Wisconsin.
Football season. Best time of the year and my favorite time of the year. This is ESPN Wisconsin's Brad Nortman. On game days, my favorite teammate is a cold carbless in my hand. Premium cocktails in a can made right here in the great state of Wisconsin. Maybe it's when I'm at the tailgate ahead of kickoff or getting ready at home for the game. Carbless is there. 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and gluten-free. Carbless features classic cocktails like margarita, Paloma, and even Moscow Mule, and vodka cocktail flavors like cranberry, lemon, and peach. Find it on your next grocery trip. Carbless. Less is more.
It was always said about Milwaukee Brewer legend Jim Gantner that he played the game the right way.
God gave me the talent to play baseball, but it's up to me what I want to do with it.
It's just such an exciting partnership for us at Big Fish Contracting. I'm thinking there's a chance if you sign up with us, Jim Gantner may be dropping off a tube of caulk at your house.
Shingles, whatever.
See how Big Fish Contracting is renovating homes and redeeming an industry at bigfishcontracting.com.
Are you looking for ways to give back to your local community? Use volunteerwisconsin.org to find opportunities to volunteer your time with organizations making a difference near you. As we celebrate United Ways Month, we're also celebrating you. Visit volunteerwisconsin.org or get in touch with your local United Way or Volunteer Center to find out more about local opportunities to get involved. VolunteerWisconsin.org is hosted by United Way of Wisconsin and Serve Wisconsin. Paid for by United Way of Wisconsin.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text Line, 800-990-3776. Flush it.
We failed multiple times with bad ideas. I didn't know were bad till I realized they didn't work.
Or flesh it.
Yeah, that's one idea. Or we can work as a team.
Brought to you by Gordon Flesh Company. Business technology managed. Taking the worry out of your office equipment and IT needs.
Flush it or flesh it. As a result of this game, have you changed your view on the Green Bay Packers for the season? That's not really a flush it or flesh it. I could say that everyone should change their view of the Packers after this game, or no one should, but that's not. I want Tausch. Feel the same, or you feel different?
First off, it takes a team to meet just about any goal. That's as true on the football field as it is in the office. Gordon Flesh Company has been providing cutting-edge technology for companies of all sizes for over 65 years. Visit gflesh.com to learn more. I think I'm going to flush this out a little bit.
I'll do it this way. The Packers were overrated. The real Packers showed up in this game. Flush it or flesh it. The Packers.
No, you can flush. You can flush that.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, this is I think this team is more reminiscent of what we saw the first 2 weeks, or today? It's the first 2 weeks and it's not close. Today was sloppy. Today had a little vibe of the Cleveland Browns aren't very good and we're really good, and it doesn't matter if we are sloppy, we'll still beat this team. This was we can turn the ball over. We don't need to be our best today to beat this team, and they found out it was close, and they almost didn't, but they did. So do I expect them to have a clunker on a clunker like this again this season? I do not. Do I think that they will lose another game or two this year? I do. I was never on the Sheed undefeated train, but I thought it was more likely that they would go undefeated than that they would lose to the Cleveland Browns.
I'll join that club.
But they did. Yeah. And that's the beauty, and that's why the NFL is the king of entertainment, because stuff like this does happen. But when you have a defense this good and you have an offense that you believe is not that bad, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. Now, special teams there is so much stuff to clean up. It was a eye-opening day for Matt Lafleur and for this offense and for this special teams that I'm certain there's not going to be a lot of there will be a bucket emptying against Dallas next week. And if there's not, then you can start being concerned that this offense against that defense, Cleveland's defense is really good. Dallas's stinks. We better see more points and more efficiency next week than what we saw this week.
I can tell you what rule one should be for Matt Lafleur. He doesn't have to tell the world. You cannot trust Jordan Love. I don't care if they're paying him $100 million. I don't care how good you think he is, but you cannot trust him. That is done and over. You must recognize one of his weaknesses, and there are other strengths, is his ability to do incredibly stupid things, and you cannot give him the opportunity, because the next time it happens when you do, it's going to cost you something way bigger than this. And as I said, you don't say it publicly, but everything we watch Matt Lafleur do must indicate to us that he does not trust Jordan Love. Want to join that club?
No, I do. I think he trusts him probably too much.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, if he trusts him less after today, I'll accept that.
Here's what I would say. I want Matt Lafleur to trust Jordan Love, because what did Jordan Love do? You said it after he made that horrible pick.
Correct.
A lot of times you make a horrible play like that, and you just get to the point where you're like, we're not even going to think about it. Hand the ball off. He is fearless, and he is relentless, and you're going to have bad plays. Bad stuff is going to happen. That was terrible, and it shouldn't have happened. I just want Matt Lafleur to have a better understanding of what does he need, what buttons he needs to push. You don't always have to. You don't have to hit. Today was the dealer had 16. You're sitting there. I don't even know what I'd say you had. You had a 12 or a 13, and you still hit and you busted when you're more than likely the dealer was going to bust.
Yes, excellent analysis. Doesn't matter what you have when the dealer has a 6 up.
You sit.
You
if you
sit.
can, you take. Yes. You don't bust under any circumstances.
Correct.
If they draw a 4 or a 5 and beat you, you tip your cap. But all day, this would also be like every time the dealer had a 6 all day, they busted every time.
Yep. Yes.
So
very good. Let's go to Mo.
Thanks.
Mo is at 45 minutes, and he did something really good. I think he went on Twitter and said, Homer, get me on, because he can tell I'm responding on Twitter as the show's going on. Mo, you're on Green Bay Game Afternoon, the Titanic Show with Tausch.
I want to puke. I want to puke. I mean, I recall calling in to Wilde and Tausch. And Tausch, I'm sure you remember my call this past week. And I said, I'm noticing very, very concerning habits that this team is building. Most notably, penalties. And penalties on special teams. Every stinking year, when the team is on special teams, flag, book it right away. You don't need to wait any longer. You're going to see a damn flag on that screen. And Rich Bisaccia, for somebody who's, somehow Lafleur, thought that he's worthy enough of being an assistant head coach title. If Bisaccia and his unit don't figure it out, Lafleur, that could cost him his job. Lafleur better figure it out quick. And then on top of that, we're out here talking about not trusting a $55 million quarterback on that 3rd and 3, on that stupid interception that he threw. Is that what we're talking about now? A guy that makes $55 million a year, we're talking about not trusting him? That's pathetic. It's pathetic. I'm not going to blame LaFleur on that. I'm going to blame Jordan Love. Your players got to go out and execute. I'm tired of this team talking and not executing. Rasheed Walker, shut your mouth. Don't ever open your mouth like that again, because you are giving teams bulletin board material, and you didn't back it up. I see you on your butt several plays during this game. Jordan Morgan, first-round pick. How many false starts are you going to have? Collectively, this team looks
set
like
a record because he got one in 2 different positions. I think, Tausch, wouldn't that be a record? Do you remember anybody you ever played with or any game in which an offensive lineman got the same penalty at 2 different positions in the same game? I don't think so.
I have not.
Yeah.
No, I have not.
And Homer, I want you respectfully to please pump the brakes on all the division is wrapped talk.
It's over. I don't feel any different than I did. Whatever you want to bet. Whatever you want to bet, Mo. Get down to Ted's on Tosa. Whatever. It's over as it was before this game.
We just lost to the Cleveland Browns.
I said they can lose to Dallas, and I'll still say it's over.
Oh, my Lord. We'll be revisiting that.
Yes, we will. I'm sure we will, and I'll get to you sooner. Thanks, Mo.
Hey, Mo,
Yes.
Quick question before you go. Do you believe this team is more reminiscent of the team we saw the first 2 weeks or what we saw this afternoon?
Honestly, the first 2 weeks. I'll be honest.
There you
Despite this pathetic performance, they need to figure it out. It doesn't matter. You need to clean up. Clean it up.
I agree.
And if this doesn't help them figure it out, then we're all wrong. They're not as good as we think we are, as we think they are, right? I mean, this.
Totally agree.
You couldn't have anything more. All right, Sean, he complained on Twitter, too. I've been on hold for almost an hour. Sean is a president of the Institute, so I apologize and did because I take Sean for granted sometimes. He's so loyal. So, Sean.
Don't take him for granted.
I know. Yeah.
I feel love all the time. No worries, guys. I'm going to just put out the headlines there. Congratulations to John Fitzpatrick and his first NFL touchdown. I mean, that's buried in the headline a little bit, but the third.
Is Musgrave on the team?
Yeah, that was
I
disappointing.
didn't hear him once today.
Steinhoff.
Isn't he hurt? Is Musgrave hurt or?
I don't know.
Okay.
He didn't play much.
But that was awesome. Second, Jordan Love is an average quarterback. He is not, he's not Aaron Rodgers, and that's unfair of us to compare him to, but it is what it is. Like, you can't trust him in the game.
He's
and
better
thirdly,
than average.
If the choice is between Matt Lafleur and Jeff Hafley next year for Ed Policy, I hope to God he gets rid of Matt Lafleur and makes Jeff Hafley the head coach, because that team, the defensive side of the ball is amazing. And, Matt Lafleur is supposed to be this offensive genius. I have to go back and look at, use my own institute knowledge. I can't remember them putting up like 48 points in a game. He's not an offensive genius. He is the opposite of that. What they did today was embarrassing. He should be embarrassed, and he should look hard in the mirror, other than shaving his facial hair to perfection. Quit talking about the wave during when the offense is on the field and when Detroit fans are buying up season ticket holders. He focuses on the wrong parts of the game. He's wrong for this team. I want him off, and I want Jeff Hafley to be the head coach from this point moving forward. I'm so done with Matt LaFleur. We've given him 4 years. He's hid behind Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love's injuries. He is not an offensive genius. Please, Ed Policy, I know you're listening. Move on from Mustachio, and let's get the winning track back on.
The best part, I know you're listening. Yeah! I'll take that as the compliment for which it was intended. Thanks, Sean. You won't wait an hour next time.
Thanks.
Packers lose 13-10 to the
Homer,
Browns.
how many people feel that's the third caller that has mentioned, because everybody is worried about losing Jeff Hafley, and deservedly so. If this defense keeps on this trajectory, he's going to be a head coach next year. I think he's going to be a head coach in the NFL next year regardless.
That's it. Tim Van Born said exactly the same thing. You guys are in the same club. He didn't say if, he said when.
Yeah, it will happen. And especially if Green Bay's defense is as good as it's been for 3 weeks, and I have no doubt it is going to be one of the top defenses in the league, if not the best. You can't be like, our fans, just because the emotion's hot because this brutal loss. Like, we can't be serious right now, right, about getting rid of LaFleur.
That's why you're around it. Tell him to calm down. It's one game.
No, I'm asking. I wouldn't have even thought of it. Like, I would not have even thought that way. It's one game. It's one horrible loss. And Matt LaFleur has his fingerprints all over it, no doubt. But I just get that sense that that's not when we've had 6 or 7 callers, when 3 of them have said that already, it makes me wonder how many more fans feel that way.
All right. Maybe we'll get it up as a discount like not as a discount like a Twitter poll question, but as a Green Bay game afternoon Titanic show poll. What are the people choices? Would you like the Packers to replace Matt LaFleur tomorrow and make Jeff Hafley the head coach?
I don't know. I'm torn. Because I'm shocked that I've heard. Maybe I'm just out of touch.
Now, if we put it up, it's going to be viewed as part of the Packers. Packers are going so crazy after losing this. The postgame show had a question saying, should they fire LaFleur today and make Hafley the head coach? But I don't really care about that.
Yeah, I just the Joe Barry, Rich Bisaccia was another one. That's why I love doing this show. It's great to hear and get perspectives and understand kind of where our fan base is. And it also makes you think. Today, our audience has made me think 3 different times. And I don't remember which caller brought up the San Fran playoff game, but bingo. That is, with the exception of San Fran was a playoff team and Cleveland's not very good. Very similar trajectory.
Now, that was a blocked punt, wasn't it?
Much.
Late in the game, but it was they scored.
Blocked punt for a touchdown.
Yes.
Our defense was dominant that day as well. Just like
Yep.
today, the defense was dominant.
Yep. We will continue. And they're lined up. Some might get to an hour. Let's see who's going to be close. Thomas, AJ, and John will all be close. We'll get to them first. I don't need to give the score again next.
More Green Bay game night coming up on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Dude, did you order the new iPhone 17 Pro? Got it from Verizon, the best 5G network in America. I never looked so good.
You look the same.
But with this camera, everything looks better, especially me.
You haven't changed your hair in 15 years. Selfies? Check, please.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro, designed to be the most powerful iPhone ever, with eligible phone trade-in and unlimited ultimate, any condition guaranteed. Best 5G scores, root metrics data, United States, 1H 2025. All rights reserved. Trade-in and additional terms apply for all offers. See Verizon.com for details.
With Progressive, it's easy to reach customer service with our app, website, chat, or by phone. Because when getting help is hard, it's not help at all.
Little help. A little help over here.
Thank you for calling Bench Press Assistance.
What?
Due to excessive gym volume, all available spotters are currently lifting heavy weights off the chests of other bench pressers.
Seriously?
Please continue to hold, and we will remove the barbell from your chest in the order in which your cry for help was received.
Getting assistance should be easy. With Progressive, it is. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Thinking about buying or building a new home? Start with a mortgage pre-approval from Great Midwest Bank and experience a state of tranquility. At Great Midwest Bank, we offer fast approvals and flexible options with experienced loan officers who understand the local market, because they live here too. Whether you're breaking ground for new construction or buying that dream home just around the corner, we'll guide you every step of the way. Bank with confidence and start your journey at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
Hey IKEA fans, IKEA is turning 40 and they are giving you the present. From September 3rd to the 23rd, IKEA is celebrating with a huge gift card giveaway. Every day, 3 times a day, 40 lucky winners will score an IKEA gift card worth anywhere from $5 to $500. That's right, 120 winners every day at every store. Don't miss your chance to join the celebration and win. Visit your IKEA Oak Creek or IKEA.us for more information today. Must be a IKEA family member to participate. 1 gift card per IKEA family membership during the promotion.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Run 40% alcohol by volume.
It's Jason Wilde from Wilde & Tausch. Upgrade your industrial supply services with Lakeland Supply, your trusted ISO certified partner for custom packaging, shipping supplies, janitorial, and safety supply solutions. With over 40 years of industry excellence, Lakeland Supply is a proven one-stop source with over 95% of their products made in the U.S., and they treat their customers like family. Personalized service with a national reach. That's what Lakeland Supply does. Visit lakelandsupply.com to discover how they can make your business better.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776.
Packers lose 13-10 to the Browns, and doesn't matter win or lose. Tito's is always great. I don't know if you can on the show say, man, I could put down a bottle today, but that's probably not appropriate for a show, so I'm not going to go there. But
no, but you can have one or two,
yes.
And you can mix it with whatever you want because Tito's goes great with everything. Tito's handmade vodka, America's favorite vodka for a reason, distilled 6 times till it's just right. Tito's is known for great vodka, giving back and doing good for dogs. Distilled and bottled by 5th generation, and it is crafted to be savored responsibly.
We will get to dog of the game soon. But there are people, they're getting right near an hour. All right, let's start with AJ. You're on with Mark Tauscher. Let her fly.
Hey, guys. Hey, thanks for taking the call. It's only been an hour, but I got 3 quick points here. So, first of all, I'm glad they lost this game, okay?
Excuse me?
Because if you're going to lose the game, this is a non-conference, non-divisional game, and it's one against the best defense in the NFL. Okay, look at the numbers, statistics. This is a great defensive unit. And number 2, we're not going to go against Myles Garrett every week after this. Okay, there's 30 other teams that want a Micah Parsons and a Myles Garrett on their team. But guess what? Green Bay and Cleveland are the only ones who have them. And we're not going to face those guys again, okay? So, I mean, you got to give credit to Cleveland for what they did. They hung in, and they dug deep, and they made some good plays when they had to make plays. And number 3, what I got is how many tens of millions of dollars did we pay to Aaron Banks and Zach Tom to not play in this game today? That offensive line needs to get healthy. And when that offensive line gets healthy, the mistakes that you saw Jordan Love make today won't be made again. Okay? So all in all, this is a good game to lose, but at the end of the day, yeah, is there a lot to clean up? I'm a general manager myself, and I will tell you this, on Monday morning, there's going to be so much to work on and build on for this team that come Dallas, oh baby, you better be ready because they're gonna unload on Dallas next week.
Thanks for the call. Nicely done.
Little homer drop there.
Yeah.
Little homer drop.
Until if you're
I'll say this.
If you're a general manager, somebody's
no doubt
losing
about
their
it.
damn job Monday. Go ahead.
If you're going to lose a game, you do want to lose, obviously, out of conference and because of tiebreakers. I just think this is not a good – the defense is really good. He brought up some really good points. The O-line, I think the Zach Tom injury, it's time to give him a couple beats, let him get healthy. I thought rushing him back, and when I heard him say he couldn't run straight ahead yet on Wednesday, he wouldn't play. Turns out he played, but he shouldn't have. He only took 1 snap. Those things throw you all into turmoil. You have to dress extra guys. It's a bummer. And I would disagree in the fact that I don't want to lose to really bad teams. If they had made a couple of stracks, if Myles Garrett made a strack and they picked it up and our offense only scored and we didn't have a 10-0 lead in the fourth quarter, I would agree. But this was one of those games that was going to be ugly. It wasn't going to be the prettiest looking thing on offense, but you had it right there 2 or 3 different times and you didn't finish it. That's what's disappointing about it, and that's why it is a tough loss.
65 minutes. Jeff has been waiting. You're on the Titanic Green Bay game afternoon show. I'm not giving the score again. Everybody knows it. Yes.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, Tausch, how you doing, bud?
Doing all right, man. How are you?
How can you ask that?
So, because I'm being friendly. It's like you got to think of the broader things, okay?
Oh.
So, anyways.
Yeah, Homer.
Yeah.
Think of the broader
things. I'll work on that. You guys talk.
Okay, well, we're trying, Homer. So, anyways, Tausch, I'm not saying this out of convenience because I've talked many times on this show as well as Wildy and Tausch about my biggest concern about this team is Matt Lafleur. And it was evident. I have said that. And the reason is it's whether it's playing a physical, he's a grinder. Nobody is going to leave any stone unturned less than him. He is a grinder, and he's detailed, and that's all well and good. But what he clearly lacks as a coach and as a head coach is a feel for the game and judgment. And I'm not sure that can be taught. He clearly isn't learning it. And like somebody said, this in the preseason, they were studying something, a mistake they did against Chicago, and they were studying that situation so they don't make that mistake again. That's fine. But what a good coach would have done is not make the mistake in the first place. And it's his judgment that I think is a huge liability for this team. And you will see he doesn't lead them properly when either the game is close or whatever he's prepared for that game ahead of time isn't working. So that's his liability, and he proves it over and over. And Tausch, I'm asking you, do you see anything different than that? Because the reason why people want the defensive coordinator is that guy is able to acclimate his plans to the talent he has and get the most out of his players. And you don't see that with Lafleur. And I'm not saying this out of convenience. So I'd love your thoughts on it. Thank you.
Okay. Good call, Jeff. I think the criticisms of Matt Lafleur, I criticized him a lot last year about his letting emotions get the better of him with his challenges. Today, great challenge. He won that challenge, and you hope that that's a sign of growth. Today was a tough day for Matt Lafleur, period. And he does not have this. He needs to be better in games like this. Everything's good when he plays against defenses that I think they feel, like they can move the football and, scheme things up. That's when Matt Lafleur is at his best. He has to understand not every game is going to go how you want and hope. Like, things are going to happen. There's like my old coach used to always say, those guys get paid too. Those guys are on scholarship too. They're going to make plays. Stuff is going to happen, and it's how you react to it that is going to end up being whether or not you're going to be successful or not. And I just felt like today, understanding what your team needed. Your team didn't need to try to make some big plays on offense. Your team, once you got that lead, it was you play conservative. You don't go into a shell, but you don't do anything that puts your team in harm's way of giving Cleveland any hope. And you did that. So that is something that I do agree with Jeff that Matt Lafleur needs to get better at, and it's understanding what you have as a football team. And unless I'm going to be crazily wrong, this is going to be a team that is going to play great defense, and that's where you need to lean and hang your hat. There'll be a couple of games that the defense, maybe if you're playing against the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson, maybe you'll have to score more. Then you have to understand, then you have to do that. But today wasn't that day, and that, I think, from my end, is what's disappointing about how Green Bay lost this game.
Dog of the game. And I know a couple of you are going to have to wait now, probably 80 minutes to get on, but dog of the game is next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
For over 40 years, the Boucher Automotive Group is proud to have served Wisconsin with dedication and heart, one customer at a time. But we knew we could do even more.
In the last 5 years, we've expanded across the state, adding new locations, new brands, and new ways to better serve you.
At Boucher, growth isn't always about being bigger. It's about being better. Better selection, better service, better experiences.
Where you're going matters, and Boucher is driven to get you there. The Boucher Automotive Group. We ride with you every mile.
Wisconsin sports fans, Brian Balaga here from my friends at Surfside. Football season is back, and we're bringing you your tailgate must-have. There's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your home team. Made with real vodka and real brewed tea, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Ask for it at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
Is back pain slowing you down? When it comes to spine care, you need specialized expertise. At the OAW Spine Center, their orthopedic care specialists provide the highest level of care for everything from herniated discs to spinal fusion. They start with the most conservative, non-surgical treatments like physical therapy and injections. If surgery is needed, minimally invasive procedures at the OAW Spine Center will get you back on your feet faster. With a focus on treating the source of the problem, they take a comprehensive, active approach to spine health, getting you back to the life you love. The OAW Spine Center. There is a difference. Visit OAWspinecenter.com. That's OAWspinecenter.com.
I'm with James Imaging Systems client Preston Clark. He oversees IT services at Creative Business Interiors. Preston, you get the benefit of one-on-one relationships with the James team, like when your sales rep said something unexpected. What did they say?
Hey, this is a little high. You're not printing as much as we thought you were going to print.
Then the James team member had even better news.
Correct. Let's bring that down. Let's make it a little cheaper and still keep you on the same program.
The James Managed Print Services Program. All your document output devices bundled under one invoice that includes service and supplies for one low cost per print. Nice, right, Preston?
Yes, felt great. Felt secure, you know. Don't have to worry about, again, somebody just coming in and selling something and then walking away and never hearing from them again.
James Imaging Systems, AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ. It's time for the Sit Mean Sit Dog of the Game.
You see these dogs in your front yard?
Jordan Love.
Dog.
John Jacobs.
Dog.
Michael Parsons.
Dog.
Matthew Golden. He's a dog. Presented by Sit Mean Sit Dog Training in Waukesha and Milwaukee. Visit sitmeansit.com.
You gotta be the dog. And I'm like, man, we got dogs.
Dog of the game. Can't wait and find out what Mark Tauscher says. Yes?
I'm ready.
I know.
Well, it's fairly obvious. I don't know. Is there anybody, maybe Matthew Golden on the offensive side? I don't know who else is. Our buddy Dennis just texted you and I, Homer. The O-line had a really rough day. Elton Jenkins, who I think is one of the most irreplaceable guys on this team, had a tough game. Obviously, Jordan Morgan had a tough game. So there's a lot of guys. I don't know if there's anyone on offense that I could even think about putting on there. But there's plenty on defense. And I went back and forth on who I was going to go with. But I think somebody that has reaped the rewards of Micah Parsons being on this team, I'm going with Rashawn Gary. Yeah. 2 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, was all around Joey Flacco today, caused all kinds of problems. Rashawn Gary's having a great start to his season, and he is my dog, woof woof, of this game.
The dog of the game is brought to you by Sit Means Sit. If your dogs don't always listen to you, or you ask yourself, why don't they listen to what I say? Look no further than Sit Means Sit. You can have a happy, confident, and obedient dog. Contact Sit Means Sit Dog Training today in Milwaukee or Waukesha to schedule a free consultation. Go to sitmeansit.com and check out their Milwaukee and Waukesha pages. I don't have anybody. I mean,
what do you mean you don't have any?
Do I have to have somebody too?
Yes, we're all taking a dog. Yeah.
Some days the kennel's
Quay
empty.
Walker had a great game.
He had Quay
Walker had a great game.
Incredible stats. Did you feel like he had a great game as you're watching it? I noticed. Well, because it seemed to me it really wasn't how good the Packer defense was. It was how bad the offense of the Browns was. You know what I want to do? I want to do Savion Williams because the 35-yard kickoff return.
Oh yeah.
Had they not had it blocked, you've taught me this. The first play is the most important play on a 2-minute drive, but also a kickoff return can be huge as well, right? I mean, they started on their 40-yard line, and
big-time return.
They seem to want to use him like he ran kind of a reverse. And because I don't have anyone, I kind of want to give it to Zach Tom because clearly he had no business playing, right?
Yeah.
But he still wanted to play.
Not have played. No,
should not have played. What did he play? One play?
That's a tough thing because I respect the fact he wants to get out there, and the training staff trusted him.
Yes.
And you don't know. Like, you can practice stuff, and you can go, and you can feel like you're feeling better, but it's just a whole different animal when you're straining on a run block, especially, with obliques. I don't have obliques, but I've been told that if you're able to – if you strain something, it really hurts, and it sounds as if he's straining on a block, and it stinks for everybody involved. I feel bad for Zach because I appreciate that he's gutting it out, but obviously he had no business getting out there today. He wasn't ready yet.
And it's a good mention because the numbers for Quay Walker were really impressive.
Homer, do you just notice? And this is also, we keep talking about the Parsons effect, and I said something about Rashawn Gary, and I know last week we were talking about Keyshawn Nixon and how he's able to stay on routes, and we saw it a little bit with McDuffie being able to kind of stay because he knows that the ball's coming out. Every team that we've played, I would bet so far, their leading receiver has been, from a catch standpoint, has been their back. This group turns offenses into Charlie checkdowns. That's what this group is doing. And that's special.
Yes.
So for all the doom and gloom, this will be my little closing statement. For all the doom and gloom, and listen, I get it. It's a brutal loss. When you have a defense that plays this well, you have an offense that plays as poorly as we did, you should get run out of a gym. You only scored 10 points, you should get run out of gyms. But with this defense, and if they can get their O-line and get some semblance of a running game, and that is a big if because we have not seen it yet, that's what wins road games, and that's what keeps you consistent throughout a year. Because some days your passing game and the pass rush, that's a variable you can't control. Variables you can control is big boy running and big boy defense. And this is a big boy defense. So pout. We can be angry today. We can, the world is ending. Oh, Matt Laflur, all this other stuff. But understand that if your defense is this good, we have nothing to worry about in Green Bay. But we do need to get our blank together, clean stuff up, because this team still has everything. I am not remotely worried about this team making playoffs, winning divisions, and positioning themselves to have a long playoff run. Even with today's poor result, still nothing has changed in my mind because I know Jeff Hafley and this defense is going to be big boys by now, and they're only going to get better as the season keeps going.
Thanks, Tausch.
You got it. See you, Hump.
Mark Tauscher, to be replaced by Gary Ellerson, who is here already in studio, and it's important that I introduce him because we're going to get to Thomas and John before we take a break. Normally we break in between Tauscher leaving and Gary Ellerson, and normally we have an opening comment from you, which we will get. But I feel bad, and I knew you'll participate. Thomas, you're on Green Bay Game Afternoon, the Titanic Show. Take it away.
Thanks, Homer. Thanks for taking my call. I'm probably going to say the same thing that everyone else is saying, but, this offensive line and Morgan, that's another Goody miss. I don't know why we just can't get people that play specific positions. This feels like in baseball where we have utility men that's like, oh, he's nice, he can play a couple positions, but he's not a stout at that position. I just feel that just frustrates me. And then just going back to the whole Laflur and Hafley, I'm with every other caller. I would put Hafley as head coach. Being a defensive coordinator, you kind of are like a CEO, because with the offense you're so in tune that you can't worry about the defense or the special teams. If you look in college football, the best head coaches are Kirby Smart, Dan Lanning, all these defensive coordinator CEO types where they worry about the little things to blocking.
Can I ask you one thing? Can I ask you one thing, Thomas? You give me Micah Parsons, I think I could be a damn good defensive coordinator. And when I say that, then Gary Ellison always looks at me, don't go too far. When I say I can play, don't go too far. Come on, Thomas. He got Micah Parsons. I'll let Gary, do you have any response to what Thomas is saying?
Well, there's some truth to that, but injuries, right? And injuries force you to draft versatile linemen. Because you got to have guys that can play more than one
Because you know
position.
people are going to get hurt.
Because you know people are going to get hurt.
Guaranteed.
Right? But what they need to do, because everybody's been hurt, they need to find a spot for Jordan Morgan. What is he? Where is he going to play? But because of injuries, Zach Tom goes out. Was at the first series at right tackle, and so now we got to put Jordan Morgan over there. Didn't do well. Aaron Banks goes out at left guard. So then Jordan Morgan goes to left guard, and then Kennard goes to right tackle. So we can kind of see what it is. We can see that Jordan Morgan now is your first guy off the bench.
At every position.
He's your sixth man off the bench. Probably not guard. Probably not center.
But everything else.
Everything else, he's
like
your
a utility
guy.
infielder.
Yeah, he's your guy. But because they've been hurt all preseason, the reason why they don't have a run game, Homer, here's what used to happen in training camp. They used to have the glorious 7-on-7, right? Which means that the receivers and the DBs and the quarterbacks, they go down, they throw the ball, they do all the ahs and all that kind of stuff. And what people don't realize, down at the other end is inside zone, is inside run game, which is normally with the offensive linemen and the running backs and 5 or 7, 6 defensive linemen. And all we're just smashing heads for 45 minutes. And then every once in a while, they'll rotate some running backs to go up with the Skelly position, the 7-on-7, to do some pass drills with them.
And you love that.
Because I don't get hit. But for the most part, we were down there doing inside runs, right? Well, if you take the Green Bay Packers, when they're doing their inside runs or their 7 run drill, they don't know who's going to be their offensive lineman. Yeah. So you get no mesh. That's why you don't have a run game, because there's no consistency into what they're doing right now, because they got so many guys doing so many different things. So that's why your run game's hurting. And then you move to Jordan Morgan, because you got him playing so many positions, his head's spinning. Yeah. Don't you know what the snap count is?
Against a good defense, too.
Don't you know what the snap count is? And then you put Myles Garrett in on top of that.
Yeah.
Which is the same thing as the Micah Parsons effect. They go, you know what? We're not even going to block Rashawn Gary on one play.
That's one of his sacks. No one touched him.
Because Micah Parsons is behind him.
And you know what I was going to say? I could have made that sack.
And you know what I'm going to say? You could, and I don't do this often.
Never.
You and Dennis Krause could have made that play.
Thank you. I'm glad you threw Dennis in there, too. I appreciate that. All right, Thomas, now, did you want to add something?
No, again, obviously injuries. It sucks. It's the nature of the game. It just feels like we just have the pieces from last year, and I just wish again this whole Lafleur. It's I just feel like with these cutesy he tried to cute where if you get someone like Jim Harbaugh or these
He's not
like,
Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, no,
he ain't ever going to be Jim Harbaugh.
He's not Jim Harbaugh.
Most everybody's never going to be Jim Harbaugh.
Yeah, I know. I just wish he would change up. Like, instead, do like slants.
I want to ask Gary
this. They did do slants. They did slants. They ran slants to Romeo Dobbs all
now,
day.
I want to ask you, since Thomas is asking, I'll put it, do you think this game will in any way change Matt Lafleur as a coach for this team?
Can I give you a top-down view?
Thomas, thanks for the call.
Can I give you a top-down view?
Yeah.
Because I do a show tomorrow night at Potawatomi Hotel and Casino, a casino and hotel.
With Matzik.
With Greg Matzik.
And then you just did one with Spectrum before
I
you
just
came here.
left Spectrum TV, but I do another show with Potawatomi Hotel and Casino Hotel with Greg Matzik right here on the ESPN
6
Airways.
o'clock, right after
It depends on what you want to do first. Casino, Hotel, Casino. If you want to go gamble, it's Casino Hotel. If you're married, want to take a girl, it's probably going to be hotel casinos. That means you go to the hotel first. Okay, fine. Here's the big view of that. Everything is still in front of Green Bay Packers. Why are we freaking out? I mean, do you think if you thought they were still going to the Super Bowl after 2 games, you still should be thinking that?
Because
why are we losing our natural mind?
I mean, it must be more than you want. You guys, because you haven't used that yet, it's gone. Here's why. It's a question that's appropriate. How good can you be if you can be bad enough to lose to the Cleveland Browns? That's the question. And your answer is you can still be very good, right? That's what you believe.
You're damn right.
Right.
The Cleveland Browns is a
right.
That defense is going to be one of the better defenses in the league all year long.
So there's a lack of appreciation.
Unless Myles Garrett is not there.
Right.
If he's not there, it's going to be a different
story. But there's a lack of appreciation for that defense. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
That defense is going to be like that all year long.
So if they played this defense again, they're probably not going to score 20 points. They just have to.
Well, now I like Matt Lafleur see what they're doing, and the guys up front know what they're going to get.
Right.
I think they settle in, and I think they play better.
All right, we're going to take
14 penalties.
Yes,
is not good.
I want to be on record. Part of those penalties were the officiating crew.
Didn't like that either.
I mean,
but that's not why they lost.
No, but I'm saying it might have been 9 with a normal officiating crew.
Yeah.
And I swear they get together, when they have these meetings, they go, there's a penalty on every play. Let's call it
That's
today.
not why they lost.
Check. No, they did not.
Okay.
But it's why they had as many penalties as they had.
Sure.
More with Gary Ellison, and we will get to John, who could be at 90 minutes. I think the record, I've got to check with Chris, I think it's close to 2 hours, but I'll have to check. And John is coming up next with Gary Ellison. This is Green Bay Game Afternoon. Next.
We're back with Green Bay Game Night after this on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ. Greg Matzik, Gary Ellerson, the day after reaction show you need in your life.
Who benefits the most from Micah Parsons being on the field?
Secondary. Keyshawn Nix.
It's Potawatomi Sportsbook Football Mondays with Greg and Gary.
If you're a quarterback, you've got to get the football out of your hands before you really want to do it. I mean, everybody's getting their wealth with this, but to me, I think it's really the guys in the secondary.
Live from the Potawatomi Sportsbook Studios from 6 to 8 p.m. every Monday on 94.5 ESPN.
At Alpha Custom Apparel, we create standout corporate apparel and promotional gear that makes a lasting impression. Whether it's polos for your next conference, branded jackets for your sales team, or eye-catching giveaways for a client event, we've got you covered. We offer a concierge-like experience for businesses who want more. More customization, more creativity, more impact. From concept to delivery, we help brands big and small show up looking their best with speed, style, and attention to detail. Create with us today at alphacustomapparel.com.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Escape to Lake Lawn Resort in Delavan, Wisconsin, where everything is better at the lake. Dive into endless outdoor activities, including boating, fishing, and paddleboarding on the serene Delavan Lake. Tee off at the lakeside Majestic Oaks Golf Course, or unwind in the award-winning Calidora Spa. Enjoy gourmet meals at 1878 on the lake, casual bites at the Lookout Bar and Eatery, and sweet treats at the Isle of Capri Cafe. Explore Delavan Lake's stunning shores and historic landmarks from the comfort of their 76-foot cruise boat, the Lake Lawn Queen. Book your stay today at LakeLawnResort.com.
To help those who want to be helped, but may not be able to afford it.
That's what PGA Tour winner Grayson Murray had envisioned for a foundation before he sadly took his own life at just 30 years old. His parents channeled their grief into creating the Grayson Murray Foundation, carrying out his vision to help those struggling with mental health and addiction. To donate and learn more, visit GraysonMurrayFoundation.com.
Best Marquette games ever, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. The best regular season win ever. Marquette beat the #1 team in the country and the defending national champion. Villanova was both in January of 2017. Marquette won 74-72, though trailed by 17, and needed a 19-4 run at the end of the game. Caden Reinhardt, game-winning 2 free throws, 11 seconds left. Oh, baby, you bet the fans ran on the court. Should be required when you beat the current #1 and the defending national champ on the same night. If you're a company owner offering medical insurance for your employees, you may be sick and tired of the constant increase in rates or change in benefits. Now's the time to take a look at a different type of plan. At Saganiac Planning, it's called level funding, an opportunity to keep premiums low and possibly receive a return of your premiums. For more on level funding, call Steve Fluellen, 262-783-6161. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Back to school means back to savings with Exterior Pros and Baths. Right now, get $3,000 off your roofing, siding, windows, or bath project during their fall savings event. Don't wait. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com to claim your $3,000 savings and book your free estimate. Exterior Pros and Baths, Wisconsin's trusted home improvement experts. Trust the pros.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
It started with a whisper, and now it's been a kiss, and then she made my lips.
Packers lose. I'm not giving the score again. You know what the score is. The guy's been waiting 89 minutes. Gary Ellison's here, and I want to ask you, so how did they lose the game? But that'll wait, because you said you would answer that.
Yeah,
but,
it's easy. Easy answer.
Easy?
Yeah. Easy answer.
All right. John, 89 minutes. We'll check with Chris Pebble to see if anybody is. For now, John may hold the record for the longest wait ever to get on Green Bay Game Night, I guess is the official title. Yes, John.
I'll keep going. I don't mind waiting. I like records.
Well, I got to check. It may be, but I can't remember last week. So somebody could have been longer than 90.
Okay. All right. And he actually misheard my name. This is Don.
Don,
and Gary,
sorry.
you may remember coaching. You may actually remember coaching against me at Franklin Girls when you coached your daughter.
Yeah.
20 years ago.
Oh, Don. Yeah.
Were you John then, or were you Don then?
Yes.
Don.
Okay.
No, I've been Don my whole life.
All right, good.
He knows
That's all right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway, can I start just with a little good news? Cubs lost, so the Brewers are division champs.
There it is.
Yes, they are.
There it is, Don.
Yes, there.
But there's a bad day on that because Woody's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt.
And we just
it's not all good news.
He'll be fine.
Okay,
All right. Hope you're right.
That's what they do.
But there was so much you guys. I love I called when everybody was really upset, and I was really upset. So it was good to settle down for an hour and a half. But I really think that was Lafleur's fault. And Gary, a question on special teams when we kicked off after our touchdown. Xavier McKinley, he was on the kickoff team. Why would they do that?
Some stars.
I mean, one of our best players.
Yeah, some stars are on kickoff.
But one of our best All-Pro players.
Yeah,
okay,
but what is he the wedge breaker, or was he on the outside, or where was he?
He was one of the guys, maybe the outside guy or the second guy from the outside on the left side.
Just getting a hamstring warmed up, just getting ready to go. That's all.
So there are some positions on special teams that aren't really
if
on.
he's on the outside, he's the safety. He's just getting warmed up. He's getting the hamstring, just getting everything loosed up, just getting a nice job.
I would like to have you address all the positions on special teams. People don't talk about
that one. You're just getting the hamstring.
It just seemed odd to me.
But if you're a bigger guy, you're not just.
All those rules have changed since I played. But if you're on the inside, that means you got to do some work.
Yes. All right.
Those are normally guys that don't start.
Right. How many guys on the special teams are kind of the way you're talking about McKinney? Are there one or two?
Yeah, there's probably maybe three.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the other spot was when I was playing for the Lions, I had the see the punter kick. That was a good one.
Explain.
Well, I just got to make sure. I just got to make sure there's not a reverse coming, and the punter actually punts the ball. Don't block it. No, just see the punter kick. So I got to just go in there and see the punter kick.
So how far would you go in? You would go toward the punter?
Yeah, just long enough I know that he's punting and there's no reverse coming my way.
Okay.
See the punter kick. That was my position.
Did you go to Detroit and go, could I have this position? Did they have it in Green Bay? I don't know if they even had it.
Forrest would never have see the punter kick.
You're
all or nothing with that dude.
You hurt somebody.
You're all or nothing with that dude. But under Wayne Fonts and Darryl Rogers, you get to see the punter kick.
Awesome.
That's how I'm going to make my money.
All right, sorry. Now go
ahead,
back to you, Don. Go ahead. That was great.
All right, no problem. Love is a big problem I have, but Johnston, I thought, had a really insightful. He didn't know it at the time, but Walker on the third down play, as we were running the play, the left tackle, as we were supposedly running the clock out to kick a field goal, he had a false start.
That
so it was a minute 12 left, and Johnson said, "Oh, that's really stupid," or something like that.
Yeah,
and it cost us maybe 5 seconds off the clock.
Right.
And they kicked the field goal with 3 seconds.
I want to also say on that last play that they made the completion to Cleveland did, I thought the Packers were going to kind of lay down. You'd lay down on the guy who caught it. You just create as much as time. They did nothing. They did not. That was the quickest.
Too nice.
What?
Too nice.
Too nice.
Yes. No. There's no way they should have had time. I thought when they made the play down the middle, they're going like they're not going to get the kickoff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let him run 5 more yards.
Oh, yeah.
And they would have.
But anyway, it was,
and then,
they didn't. No one exaggerated holding on to him, hanging, and that would have been the difference.
Yeah.
Right. That would have been the difference. And then, but Love really frustrates me, and I think obviously the slant, the interception was ridiculous, but there's plays throughout the game that people don't really focus on, and even the pass after we were backed up, and he threw the pass to Golden, he led him out of bounds rather than leading him down the field. He could have scored, but he's just inaccurate. He's inconsistent with his accuracy.
All right, hold on.
He doesn't seem
hold on, Don. I want Gary to comment on just. So here's Don's comment. Tell people what you think about Jordan Love as a quarterback. You've set one. He's like Favre, one of those guys that's going to just take a big gamble or do something stupid, whatever, and you have to accept that. But what about the rest of his play? Because I think you like him, and I like him.
So the overall deal, we Packer fans got to get over it. He's not Brett Favre,
right?
And he's not Aaron Rodgers,
right? Everybody gets that
talent,
right?
And all I hear is about how much money these guys make. I'm sick and tired of that.
Oh, I don't care about that.
Yeah, but everybody always say, and I know Homer hears it a lot because he's on the radio,
right?
But the guys make $50 million. The guy's making $40 million. He should be but that's the going rate. What else should the Packers have done? Let him go? I'm tired of hearing Packer fans talk about how much money this guy makes. That drives me absolutely insane.
Because that money is just the going rate. It's not an indication of how good he is.
What should they have done? Let him go?
No.
And then
I don't think,
redraft somebody else and find somebody else?
What?
I'm not saying you, but in general, all I hear all the time from Packer fans who particularly don't like Jordan Love or find fault is we're paying them $50 million.
And as far as this game, as stupid as that play was, please understand he took the team down the field to win the game with a field goal. And they didn't win the game, but you can't leave that part out because we've been talking about.
And that's what I'm saying. He's good enough to do that, but we're so spoiled. He does not have the talent. I mean, you know the talent of Favre and Rodgers.
Yeah, they're legendary.
That's not that.
But can I ask one question? Do we win games do you feel like I'm not on the team.
No.
Do you think the Packers ever win games because of Love or in spite of him sometimes?
Well, if you're going to get to the Super Bowl, it will be because of him.
But it can't be in spite of him. They're not a good enough team. They're
not do that. Yeah.
But he'll make enough plays.
He'll make enough plays.
But you're led by the defense this year.
Yeah, right. And that's what you're going to lead with. What the Packers in 96
you know what they did that year? They led with both.
Well, they special teams were number one, right?
Yes.
Defense was number one, right?
Offense was number one.
So there you go. And no one talks about that because we won't say that Brett Favre never had all that. We're going to say that Brett Favre was the legend. But Brett Favre had anything.
Right.
Had everything.
Right. And when he didn't have that, they didn't win it even the next year.
Correct.
Yeah.
But no one talks about that.
Yeah.
But just watch his accuracy.
Yeah.
Just watch his accuracy.
Well, he's not.
He's just a little off on some of his passes.
He
okay.
is.
Oh, that's
He is.
good to
Agreed. 100%.
Well, he's.
Okay.
100%.
I don't think he's inaccurate.
Yeah, I mean, there's.
He makes some inaccurate passes.
Yeah, he does. He does. But
he's inconsistent with his accuracy.
But in your mind, if you're thinking Rodgers, because that's what you saw, that's what you say, inaccurate. Because he compared to that dude,
we're spoiled.
All right, Don, thanks for the call.
Yeah, we're spoiled.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Thanks a lot, Homer. Thanks,
Jim,
Gary.
trying to get close to Don's record. Jim, at 85 minutes. Jim, you're
What's
on
up, Jim?
Green Bay game night. You can give the score if you want. I don't feel it's necessary. Packers lost.
Jim.
Well, should I have held 2 more minutes for a record or something? Or
you can. It's up to you,
well, I
Jim.
mean, top 3 is of some value. I have to check
would
with
think top
Pebble,
3,
as he did the show in past years.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I just picked up the phone 3 minutes ago. I had you on hold for 82 minutes, so I guess it's a wash. Listen, right?
We're listening.
I just have a comment. I don't know. I don't know how these people have such a strong opinion on the Packers or call for extreme moves if they aren't watching the other teams, because basically it's how good the other teams are that have a great influence on whether we win or how far we go in the playoffs. So I'm just throwing it out there. Most of the people I know who have a strong opinion don't watch any other teams, and they're coming to their evaluation solely based on watching Love and the Packers play. But my main question is to you guys is in terms of what it means for the rest of the season and how it affected this game. Which would you eliminate, Love's interception or the blocked punt, i.e. the failed special teams?
Blocked field goal.
The blocked field goal, I'm sorry. And could either be fixed, and if so, which one is easier?
But what are we getting to here? I don't understand the question.
Okay, I'm asking you, would you have eliminated the interception or the blocked field goal, and which one is easier fixed?
Well, I would say the blocked field goal should be an easier fix.
Yeah. But your quarterback is always more important in the big picture.
Absolutely, because he's got the ball.
Right, and if you're asking Jim I'll get to it another way. The most important thing about this game is, as Gary alluded to, is Matt Lafleur understanding better his quarterback.
Yeah, we didn't talk about that on the air yet.
We did when you brought it up. You said he throws 2 bad ones.
Yeah,
and his coach has got to know.
Got to know.
Got to know.
Yeah. And if you listen to the presser, Homer, Matt LaFleur said he should have ran a naked boot.
Right.
I mean, he point blank said it. I called the wrong play.
Right.
Which he's saying I put too much trust in Jordan Love.
Now, I want to mention, Rob Domowski has Jordan Love on his interception saying, I've got to find a way to see him.
Right.
And I disagree. That's not what Jordan Love would – that's not what I would say.
What would you say?
I can't throw that pass. I cannot throw that pass. Throw that pass.
Well, no. So if he finds a way to see him, he goes somewhere else. That's what he's saying.
Again, you can't have anything close.
No.
The guy has to look like he's lost.
No, he's saying if I see him, I go somewhere else.
Or I don't throw it.
Or I don't throw it.
Yes.
I take the sack or whatever.
In terms of his...
He never saw him, Homer.
Correct. but this isn't the first time we've run into that.
That's who he is.
Right.
But he never saw him.
But he's not going
to. And on top of that, Jordan Love said that's not the first time he's seen that kind of defense before. He admitted it that I've seen that before. He says I got to do better. I like a guy who owns up to it.
Right, but I wish I was doing the press. I go, Jordan, this isn't about a play. This is football, game, time, and situation. Okay? You've watched this game. There is no way Cleveland can score from 80 yards away in a month, much less one drive. If that is not part of your...
All that.
If that's not part of what you're thinking, then that's the problem.
Well, let's go twofold.
All right.
Also, the coach got to save him from himself.
Okay, that's what we said. Most important part of this game. He's got to save him from himself in the future. Because his quarterback isn't thinking that way. Because he's a gambler. Got a gambling part of it.
He's a gunslinger. It's just in him. It's in his soul. Now, we were okay when Brett Favre did it.
Right.
Can we get this guy a little grace, Packer fans?
Well, you know why you have to give him grace? You know why you have to give him grace is because what he did after the interception.
Well, no one cares about that.
But I do. And
I know you do. But no one talks about that.
Well, that's why we have a job.
Can I just tell you something?
Yes.
That Mark Chmura photo there, every time I come here, gives me the heebie-jeebies. I don't know how y'all do that.
What? I never look at it. I don't ever. Why would I look there?
The Mark Chmura photo. I mean, he is a good-looking guy. I mean, he always will be.
What do you mean? It was 40 years ago.
But he still look good right now. You seen that dude?
Yeah.
That dude lives all the time anyway.
All right.
But the shirt off, the chest, that I just find that a little.
I can go weeks without seeing that.
Maybe, Jen and Gabe, in the morning. I mean, that's how they get down with it. Maybe.
All right. Okay.
I mean, maybe they like it. I mean, it's kind of like a little bit like Pat McAfee. Did you see McAfee take his clothes off and jump off the pool, jump off the thing this weekend? You don't like him? Okay, fine.
No, I'm amazed. He's one of the most amazing things in my lifetime in the media. Dude's a punter. Okay. I've been following football since 19 whatever. No one's ever cared what a punter said in my life.
This guy
pulled it off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This guy
punter.
Yeah.
Punter.
Yeah.
The first rule is if you're a punter, you don't need to talk.
No one hears from you.
Yes.
Yeah, no one hears from you.
And now he's turned it into a career. So more power to him. Yeah. That would be like a lacrosse player, former lacrosse player being the number one sports
Turn the picture back around.
No. I'm leaving it there.
You sure? Are you okay?
I'm okay, yes.
All right.
All right, we're going to take a break, get some more callers, and this is a Green Bay game night. That's the official title of the show, so I don't need people yelling at me like, what did you call it a game afternoon? Because it was like 4 p.m, and I wanted to call it the Titanic show. I was wondering what it'd be like to do a show after the Titanic. We just had a bad day. Dude, no. Next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee time starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
For your fellow fanatics and your #1 fans. For your game day compatriots and your everyday companions. For your personal cheerleaders and your personal heroes. For the reasons you smile, get covered with dental and vision insurance from Delta Dental of Wisconsin and Delta Vision. Learn more at deltadentalwi.com today.
The power of friendship has spawned a memorable baseball season in Milwaukee. When you choose to work with Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the relationship is more than what feels like having a friend. Pella honors trust and commitment on your behalf before, during, and after the sale. They take those values to heart with every person the Pella team works with. It's natural to feel a little apprehensive about having someone visit your home, but take it from me and my wife. The brilliant Pella designers immediately put you at ease with their experience and professionalism. We love that initial visit, along with how easy they made it to envision bringing our project to life. Pella is committed to being the company everyone wants to do business with, and they've certainly lived up to that and more. And with this month's incredible deal, Gina Della from Pella is here to share why you shouldn't wait to order new windows and doors.
Order today and get 0% interest for up to 60 months. Set your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. Ends 9/30/2025.
Kevin Moret here from Mentality. Life's a relentless competition, and you might be losing without even knowing it. With testosterone levels plummeting 25% in just 2 decades, you're likely operating at a fraction of your potential. Your kids sense it when you're too exhausted for playtime. Your wife notices when that spark fades. Here's the harsh truth. Without addressing low T, nothing works. Diets fail, workouts fall flat, but there's hope. Mentality's FDA-approved treatment restores testosterone by an average of 30%. Don't let low T rob you of life's precious moments. Start at mentalityhealth.com/radio.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
It's Jen Latta from Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. For me and my family, finding the perfect home is a journey, but we don't walk it alone. With the We Sell Group, Rob and Nick aren't just real estate agents, they're part of our family's team. They bring us options, perspective, and peace of mind. While they navigate the market, I can stay focused on all that life has in store. Because at the We Sell Group, it's not just about the home, it's about the people and the path it takes to get there. The We Sell Group, more than agents, part of your journey. Get started with Rob and Nick at wesell.kw.com.
This is Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
But I'm thinking it's time for a change. Get out of your lane. The more that you stay there, you feel like it's unfair. It's time for a change. Get out of your brain. It's life that you're wasting. You feel pretty vacant. It's time for a change.
Packers lose to the Cleveland Browns. I still say, if you're wondering, no one has done that. The division is over. Packers still going to win. Don't feel any. I said if they lost, the Packers lost to Cleveland and Dallas, it wouldn't change my opinion of the team other than you're concerned about injuries, and it wouldn't. They lose to Dallas, the division is still over, and they're one of the top teams in the NFL. But I didn't see I'm losing like this. Game was over. I want to ask Gary Ellerson, how many possessions would you have given Cleveland before you thought they would drive 80 yards for a touchdown against the Packer defense?
None. They're not. It was never going to happen.
15, yeah, at least. They could have played for an extra 4 hours, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Never going to happen.
So
the Packers totally misjudged that. I mean, it was just...
No, one coach did, that's all. The coach did. He misjudged it.
He did.
Yeah.
Totally.
And granted, he has not been the coach on a team that has had a better defense than offense.
And so that's why I say, Packer fans, if you felt good after 2 games, you still should feel good after 3 games.
Yes.
What changes? And I know you guys, you people, here it is.
I'm president of you people, I've decided.
You people want to jump off the bandwagon so quick, or you listen to all the outside noise. And you can't listen to all these guys on the outside. You got to know what kind of team you got, and you got to believe in them. That's a pretty good football team still. Even though you look at the Rams and Philadelphia today, that was a hell of a game.
Yes.
The Packers are still up there.
Yeah.
We're in top 5 teams in the NFC.
I'd even go higher than that.
Well, let's just say top 5.
Top 5, yeah.
For people who are upset.
Yeah. Now, if you see these particular situations occur again, not occur again, but occur again in a bad way.
Jordan Love's going to throw more picks, folks.
Correct.
So that's going to happen again.
Right.
But you're saying happen again to decide the game. And if that's the case, in that case, it's on Matt Lafleur.
Totally.
But it's situational, Homer.
Yes, game time.
It's situational. In that situation, Matt Lafleur should be held a little bit more accountable. But like if I'm trying to drive down to score, I need for him to be a little bit more reckless.
Yes, no, this is all about Cleveland's offense.
Yeah.
Cleveland's offense is got to be the worst offense in the NFL. I don't know, Tennessee's or whatever. All right, Nicholas, 86 minutes. Nicholas, you're on with Gary Ellerson. It is Green Bay game night.
Hey, guys, thanks for taking my call. I know everybody wants to overreact. It is week 3. But this whole firing Matt Lafleur to make Jeff Hafley the head coach.
Wait a minute. Where did that come from?
I don't see how that makes
A couple people brought that up, said they would do it, or before you came on.
No way.
Yes, they said
come on,
they like Hafley more than Lafleur.
Way. No one's
and they
saying that.
You got to listen to.
Who's that over there?
What, Will?
Will, did you hear that today?
Multiple times.
I want to just leave right now.
Why?
Really
That's why you're here.
No.
Tell them they're wrong.
What are we doing?
Okay, well, what do you mean? How could you ever say that?
What are we
Nothing
doing?
fans ever say could surprise
What are we
you
doing?
compared to what you've heard, right?
What are we doing, people? All right, go ahead. Finish this point. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Nicholas. But yes, it was brought up.
Well, see, if you decide to get rid of your head coach, you're also getting rid of your offensive coordinator at the same time. So there's a little double whammy. And the guy that you're getting rid of, he is responsible for Jeff Hafley being there. He is the head coach who made that hire. You're going to fire the guy that ends up making these really good coaching decisions, not maybe on the field, but when it comes down to hiring personnel, you want to get rid of. I mean, this is the fastest guy to 50 wins in the NFL history. Like, Matt LaFleur is a good coach, and he's 45 years old.
Yeah, agreed. All that. I'm with you.
But if you wanted to get rid of him, I completely support that. We should just go back and get Mike McCarthy. I don't think he's doing anything.
Yeah, matter of fact, I just talked to Mike McCarthy the last home game. He's doing well. Living in Green Bay.
Yeah. Let's bring him on. Let's bring him back. We'll just bring him back.
Yeah.
He's the best head coaching candidate right now, free market.
Oh, he is. Out there. Absolutely. That never happened, though.
No, that's just kind of the conundrum.
Yeah.
I think the number one thing that concerned me about today's game, was the Jordan Love interception, and it's just I heard him say he didn't see it. My biggest issue is here we are again. He's still young, quote young, but he's played enough to not make this type of mistake at this point in the game, and I'm not sure he will grow out of it. I'm hoping he will, but he might be that type of gunslinger. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Yeah. Okay, fine.
Thanks for the call.
Yeah, fine.
92 minutes. Jason in Superior.
That's way up there.
That is way up there. That's too long a drive for me.
Yeah.
That's like Canada. I think of Superior as Canada.
Is Superior, is that past Minnesota Duluth, or is it in a whole different spot?
Is it as north?
Go ahead. All right, am I on?
Yeah, you're on. Millions are listening.
Oh, my God, it's embarrassing. What a rough start. I've been on hold so long. Lafleur got fired by policy, and
rehired by somebody else.
Yeah.
Nicely done, Jason.
Yeah,
coming on strong.
No, and then the Jeff Hafley-led Packers lost to the Matt Lafleur other team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Superior. Yeah, Duluth Superior. But I've been actually on hold so long that I am now comfortably back at the farm in Finlayson. I had to drive an hour with my son, who was crying after the game. He can't watch Packers anymore.
Wait a minute. So you were let me catch this back. You were in Superior.
Yeah. Yes.
Now you drove
and
to
now
where?
I've driven back home to my home in Minnesota. That's right. Yeah.
Oh, you live in Minnesota.
Yeah, I had to drive because the Vikings play in the market, and I'm too cheap to buy the friggin' package. And some of those packages, they don't even let you if I buy the YouTube thing and the full game package, if there's an in-market game and the Vikings are playing, I'm in the Vikings market. I can't watch the Packers game, like on Fubo and like at their premium level. It's insane. So I got to drive an hour to this bar.
We need. I need to get your number, and we need to talk privately. I can assist you, though, not on the radio.
This is great.
So
we'll
get his
but
number.
This bar that I went to.
But make sure to go on hold, Jason, after you're done. And we'll work on this.
Please, God, help me. It's brutal. But so this is what makes it worse, is that at this bar, it's on the Packers website as being a Packers bar. It's registered there. When you go there, because Duluth Superior share TV stations, we're technically, even though we're in Wisconsin, still in the Vikings radius for their home game. So they have to have a certain percentage of TVs on with the Vikings game on it and a lesser percentage of games on it with the Packers game. Now, that's not the end of the world. We got a front row seat and we got to watch the game. But meanwhile, there were more Vikings fans in that bar than Packers fans, even though it's a Packers fan. And they were friendly. They were sitting with Packers fans. But I got to see the Vikings just running up the score on the Bengals, expecting that's what we were going to do today to the Browns. And so it was just this terrible game. Okay, on to the actual point of my call. There's been so many good calls. So many people have such reasonable things. The other Jason, very reasonable, low-key, mild-mannered, soft-spoken guy, poses the question to Tausch. Tausch, do you really think that Matt Laflur has what it takes? I am not calling for Matt Laflur to be fired, but I have called in year after year since he's been the head coach and complained like there's something up with this guy. There is some tendency, it sort of boils to the team takes on the identity of the coach. So you got Dan Campbell
that is always
playing
true.
Like Dan Campbell. Yeah, you got Dan Campbell.
Wouldn't you agree? Gary's looking at Gary.
Campbell.
I mean,
I'm trying to hear him out here. Go ahead.
But do you believe a team takes on the character of his head coach?
But I need to hear him out.
Okay, all right.
Go ahead.
I mean, Gary's so, any crackpot theory that anyone comes up, Gary's just going to, get out of my face with it. So he'll probably throw me out the window.
Nicely done. Go ahead. Keep going. Talk longer.
Yeah.
There is a tight, scared edge to Matt LaFleur's play calling. There is not a baller flow. There is a cerebral analysis paralysis. Somebody said, he can hone in on all the gritty details from 7 years ago when we played the Bears. We saw this lineup and we knew that they were going to do that because that's a tendency they have. But it's like you're myopic and you lose the 10,000-foot view of what's happening and the game flow and how to do things differently. There seems to be a lack of in-game adjustment and a sort of stubborn, I don't have any other. I feel like that you could take 5 really good head coaches with really good winning records year after year, like LaFleur has been. He's obviously not a bad coach. Let's be real. However, is he good enough to win the big game?
Okay, let me just get to you. Okay, I got you. So, okay, just hold on one second. I got you. So right now, in that pot, who's the head coach at Buffalo?
McDermott, whatever. What's his name?
Sean McDermott. Is Sean McDermott in that same pot?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Well, yes.
Because he's been head coach.
That is a perfect analysis.
7 years.
I mean, they've been good. They've never made the Super Bowl.
Right.
I know, but they got
parallel.
the unfortunate Patrick Mahomes thing.
The guy in Miami, not so much. Is that McDonald?
He's
not so much.
No,
but,
he's not in that league.
But he's just a step below, but wins a lot. But okay, let's go old school. Marty Schottenheimer,
perfect. Yeah,
was he kind of?
Yeah, no, he's a perfect example.
Andy Reid before he went to
he couldn't get to the Super Bowl until they
Philadelphia.
Andy Reid, and then they added Terrell Owens, and that got him to the Super Bowl. Yes.
So that's what we. If you are complaining, that's who you're complaining about. Just trying to give you some names.
Right. There are others that are in this club.
Yeah.
All right.
And so
point taken.
So you are saying, as a Packer fan, that's not good enough for you. So they should move on from Matt LaFleur.
Yeah. I get it. I know. It sounds absurd. It's ridiculous.
No, it doesn't. There's a risk that you could hire a coach who's worse. But if you don't think he can get it done, then And they're getting close to that with, just like they got that way with Tony Dungy, brought in Gruden. He wins it the first year, and then Tony Dungy went somewhere else,
and won.
like
and
Andy Reid, and won it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing, though. Coupled with Jordan Love, what is just like I'm worried that it is baked into the wiring of Matt Lafleur to be Matt Lafleur. Whatever that means, I think you can just feel what it means. You can just vibe on what I mean when I say Dan Campbell's teams play like Dan Campbell and Lafleur's teams play like Matt Lafleur. Okay, you couple that with this thing that is baked into Jordan Love, which will never not be a part of Jordan Love, as was the interceptions were never not a part of Brett Favre. These boneheaded gunslinger throws where you just cost us everything right there, dude. Like totally his brain short circuits 2 to 5 times a game. It completely short circuits where you are like, oh my God, like they just took somebody off a plane and put him in a football uniform and put him out there for that play.
I like this guy.
There's no way someone who's playing football their whole life does that in that situation. And yet he does it again and again and again. He does many good things. It's like I was in a Vikings bar the night Favre went across the body and Paul Allen, oh my God, man, this is Detroit, not the Super Bowl.
Yep.
Yeah. And that was like the most traumatizing year of my life as a fan, because not only does he go to Minnesota, I live in Minnesota, so this is like, personal right here. That they go all the way down the field. And then it was the most elated. I was probably more elated than when we won the first Super Bowl with Favre.
Yeah.
Or when we won again with Rodgers.
Right.
And I just screamed to all of the Vikings fans that were there, why were they in a Packers bar, a registered Packers bar? You live by the Favre, you die by the Favre.
Oh, yeah.
And so you're going to get that. You're going to get that with Love, too. We're going to get fantastic things. And then we're going to get these boneheaded plays every single game. And we either get lucky like we did with the Lions, where dude drops it on the first interception, and then the pick six is negated by a penalty on the next one. Like back-to-back boneheaded decisions.
But he got unlucky in the game today because he recovered and won the game, and then they blocked the field goal, or we would have given Jordan Love the credit for a historic screw-up, and then still – no problem. Let's go. Let's take care of business here. I can do it.
Have you ever been to Superior, Duluth?
No,
you never. So
too far north.
Yeah. So my son Jared was recruited play football at Minnesota Duluth, and the only scary thing.
Awesome.
The only scary thing about that Minnesota Duluth, you got to go across this big old bridge over some water.
That's right.
What's the name? What's the name of that bridge?
Yeah.
What's the name?
I don't know.
What, you're afraid you're going to fall in the water or what?
So as we are getting ready to go up this bridge, I had a panic attack. I had to get out the car.
Because of the bridge.
And I had to have my wife, if we're going to go across this bridge, you're going to have to drive us across. I can't do it.
And you've been across other bridges.
No, I have a thing with bridges.
Okay, all right.
With water underneath.
Got it. That's a problem.
Can't do it.
That's okay. That's a.
What do you call that?
There's a name for whatever that fear is.
I got a fear.
It's a something phobia. It's
I can't do.
All right, we will look up.
I told my son,
can't go over.
Dude,
can't go on a bridge.
There's no way your dad's ever going to come to Minnesota Duluth to watch you play.
And he went somewhere else.
It went to lacrosse.
There you go. And he probably would have gone to Duluth if you hadn't had bridgeophobia.
Pretty much.
All right. Thanks for the call. You're outstanding.
Thank you,
Jason.
And God bless you and your son.
Next.
Yeah.
Cheers, man.
We're back with Green Bay Game Night after this on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at WishFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the WishFest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
I've been to my fair share of green and gold games, and the best way to get there is with Accutrans Group. At Good Karma Brands and ESPN Milwaukee, we use Accutrans Group to get our partners to and from Green Bay, and it's always first class. From stadiums to concerts and tailgates, your game day fun starts the moment you step on board. Sit back, relax, and let their professional chauffeurs handle the traffic while you enjoy the ride. Accutrans Group is Milwaukee's premier ground transportation, available 24/7 with sedans, SUVs, limos, vans, and buses. Book today at AccuTransGroup.com. GreatMidwestBank.com.
At Great Midwest Bank, we've been serving Southeast Wisconsin homeowners for 90 years. Wait, 2025 minus 1935? 90 years. Wow. In our 90 years as a community bank, we've learned a lot about the values of the people who live and work here and appreciate the loyal customers that have made Great Midwest Bank who we are today. Find a location at greatmidwestbank.com. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local, equal housing lender and member FDIC.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night, so for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
The grill is hot, the crowd is loud, and the flavor? That's all Coop's Mustard. Hey, it's Alex Stroh. For over 125 years, Coop's has been the MVP of game day eats with 14 bold flavors that make every brat, burger, and pretzel a championship bite. Because Coop's isn't your ordinary mustard. It's extraordinary mustard. The kind that turns tailgates into traditions and touchdowns into taste bud celebrations. This football season, bring the bold, bring the flavor, bring Coop's. Coop's Mustard, spreading the love since 1897.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Run 40% alcohol by volume.
Best Marquette games ever, brought to you by Saganiac Planning. Most memorable ever, if you consider the most famous postgame photo, February 5th, 1974, 59-58, Marquette over Wisconsin on a last-second 20-foot shot by Maurice Lucas. The still famous photo has a joyous Al McGuire jumping on the scorer's table, and the father of the opposing team's talented twin sons responding with a half a peace sign of the middle finger. And Maurice Lucas saying, Coach Al would have been hiding under that table if I had made that shot.
After a year of uncertainty, most employers are reluctant to make changes to their health insurance plans. A level funding medical insurance plan may be the answer you've been looking for. Find out how a level funding plan can cut your costs. For more information, call Eric Pearson at Saganiac Planning, 262-783-6161. Eric Pearson, Level Funding. Saganiac Planning, a name synonymous with employee benefits and top-notch service.
Hey, this is Jen Latta. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776.
I fell for the devil's daughter. I jumped in, yeah, I drank the water. Tell me, Tasha, can you fix my brain? 'Cause everyone that says I'm
Packers lose, I won't give the score. This is Green Bay Game Night. That's the official title, even though it's been the afternoon. Potawatomi Sportsbook in Milwaukee has dozens of self-service kiosks and over 2,000 square foot video wall seating for over 200, full restaurant and bar, VIP deck, and more. It's a sports betting paradise. That's accurate, but not true. It's a sports paradise. You want to go watch a game, enjoy a game, and all the things that are a part of it, the screens, the food, everything. I got to give credit. Potawatomi's figured it out because they could just say, hey, we're a sports book, and people are going to come here to bet, and that's fine. If you bet, you'll have a great time, too. But if you don't bet or your interest is just to be in a spectacular place to watch any sporting event, you need to go to Potawatomi Sportsbook, bet above the rest. And you'll be there tomorrow at 6 to 8.
6 to 8 p.m.
You and Greg Matzik.
Myself and Greg Matzik.
And
we're giving you that show, Homer, because this show is much more reactionary.
Yeah.
Raw.
That's the day after you've had a time to think about it. Now let's address and move forward. Both,
See
right?
if your thoughts have changed.
Yeah.
That's almost like, you don't get into an argument with your wife or something like that. You kind of let it. Or you don't go and cuss the coach out the day of, you let it a day come, and then you may have a different.
And if you want to cuss them out the day after, then
you got a problem.
No.
It's bad.
By the way, the Bears are now up 31-14 over Dallas. Caleb Williams, 4 touchdown passes, quarterback rating 145.8. That's really close
Ben Johnson.
Very close to perfect.
That's what he's looking at.
Yep. Final words.
Listen, final words here, Homer, for me.
Yeah.
No jumping off the train here, Packer fans. I'm done with the Jordan Love is what he is. I think we've had a big enough sample size to kind of know what he is. We've been spoiled as Packer fans with 2 Hall of Famers back-to-back. I don't know if this guy's that. Most certainly could be, but I just think we just got to get in where we fit in with him, knowing that we still can get to the Super Bowl. If you thought they were good at the 2-0, they're most certainly good at 2-1.
And they damn well better learn from this.
Yeah.
As we said,
Matt Laflur damn well better learn.
Correct.
And it's his growth also with the quarterback as well.
And the understanding, as you've said, it's different on the road. You do great things at home.
And everybody wanted me to make this big proclamation. I said, you know what? This is going to be different on the road. Everything's different. The 14 penalties you can't have. You're not win. You might be able to win at home with 14 penalties and a pick, but you're not winning on the road 14 penalties and a pick. Not happening. So all that's different. Everything is different.
But if you had won 10-3, we would have said the same thing. It's about the defense.
It's about the defense, and the reason why it was 10-3, but it was because it was on the road too. All that I thought played into that. This Cleveland Brown defense is going to do this to a lot of teams this year, not just the Packers. They're that good.
Right. And when they lose by bigger margins, it'll be because they turn the ball over.
Exactly.
Offense is terrible.
Yeah.
Dallas Cowboys are next. Dallas losing to the Chicago Bears right now.
How about that?
31-14. I mean, the Bears are possible to lose anything, so.
Yeah.
I mean, they could still lose it, but I wouldn't bet that way.
No, I wouldn't.
And Packers, I don't want to say put a whooping on the Cowboys, but because it's on the road, just take care of business.
Well, you got to know Jerry Jones wants this game in the worst way.
Correct.
Of all games, he could lose the rest of them. This is one he wants.
Yes. And then he can say, see,
I told you
so.
Right.
He likes saying, I told you so.
Oh, you know that.
Yes.
That's what this game is shaping up to be.
And it'll be next week. Is that a 3:00 game? Isn't it a 3?
Yeah,
I'm not sure.
Not sure.
I should check.
Check on that.
But I know this one hasn't changed, 13-10.
No, it's still the same score.
It didn't seem possible.
Yeah, it did.
Even no, I thought when they 10-10, they go down the field, they're going to kick the field goal and win.
I never had a good feeling about this game, even before the game played.
Yeah. Well, you thought it was going to be tougher than people think.
Tough,
but you didn't think they were going to lose.
No, that didn't cross my mind because the Packers are a better team. But
and
Homer,
if they didn't help, they wouldn't have lost
Homer,
this.
And here's what we tend to forget because how good we think this team is. You're without 2 of your leading receivers in this game.
Yeah.
Folks don't even talk about Christian Watson and Jaden Reed like it's just an afterthought.
And your offensive line's a mess.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
And they still should have won.
Still should have won.
Gary Ellerson tomorrow, again at Potawatomi, 6 to 8.
Yep.
As good as the show is, the place where they do it. You got to go.
Yeah.
Say, Homer, you weren't kidding. Yes, it's gambling. It's a casino. But it's as good as any place you will have ever been to watch a sporting event.
Absolutely.
For all the other things that come with that.
Absolutely.
Jason Wilde coming up soon. I am next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
When it comes to joint replacement, you want the best care available. The Orthopedic Surgery Center in Pewaukee is a leader in joint replacement, offering same-day surgery with advanced technology. Their team of experts specializes in knee, hip, and shoulder replacements, using the latest techniques to minimize pain and recovery time. The team at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin can get you back to what matters, living pain-free. Total joint replacement. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package request early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
This is Matt Meitner, owner of Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Do you find yourself talking to your dog but feel like she's not listening to you?
Bella, sit!
Are you constantly repeating yourself but she's not following your directions?
Sit! Sit!
Frustrating, isn't it? At Sit Means Sit Dog Training, we want to help you have a happy, confident, and obedient dog, and we also want to make the training process an enjoyable and worthwhile experience. Contact Sit Means Sit today to schedule a free consultation so we can create a customized training program so you are able to have the dog you want and deserve.
Sit Means Sit Dog Training. Sorry, we don't train husbands, wives, or kids.
Kick off your game day with a shine. Stop by Tsunami Express Car Wash now with 7 convenient locations across greater Milwaukee, including the brand new location in New Berlin. The best part, your very first wash is absolutely free when you sign up online. That's a $25 value on us. At Tsunami Express, you'll enjoy premium washes that protect your car, plus free vacuums and detailing tools to keep your ride looking spotless inside and out. Fast, easy, and always looking its best. Roll into the game feeling confident and clean. Claim your free wash today at TsunamiExpress.com. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat.
Every great team starts with a strong defense, and the same's true in business. That's why companies trust Trend Micro for cybersecurity. From ransomware to phishing to the most advanced cyber threats, they help protect your network, your data, and your people. With over 35 years of expertise, Trend Micro has built a defensive playbook trusted by enterprises worldwide. Your business works too hard to get blindsided. Go to trendmicro.com and see how enterprise security is done right. That's trendmicro.com.
Pitch by pitch, inning by inning, game by game. Watching the Crew is a 162-game journey of grit, hard work, talent, and determination. Dave Spanel from Annex Wealth Management, we're with you on your journey as well. Your hard work and money deserve a partner like Annex for your investment, retirement, tax, estate planning as a fee-only fiduciary. Take the next step towards retirement you desire and begin the conversation soon. Head to AnnexWealth.com and click the Get Started button.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Don't you love it? Don't you love it? No, I ain't happy yet, but I'm way less sad.
Packers lose to the Browns. It's hard to say. I watched the game. There's no way they lost that game, but they did. Defense will still be right up there. I mean, they only gave up 13 points. We will have Jason Wilde in a little bit. He's doing TV. Jason Wilde Enterprises. Very busy after a game. Charles, you're on Green Bay Game Night. I call it Game Afternoon, and I call this the Titanic Show. Because I feel like this is what it feels like. What would have been the post-game show after the Titanic? Bad day. Yes, Charles, fire away.
Yes. My positives, I gotta go with the positives first.
You got positives?
Rashawn Gary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rashawn Gary looked really good. Rashawn Gary looked really good. Every time I saw Quay. Every time I saw Quay, he looked really, really good. A lot of tackles all over the place, stopping people. Defense looked pretty good. The defense looked pretty good. Negatives, Love is going to do a little bit better. That pick pretty much cost us the game. He's got to do a little bit better, a little bit more accuracy. You know, honestly, everybody was talking, we might go undefeated. You know, we're not going to lose the game and all this. Maybe this, I hate to say it, but might be for the best. Just temper expectations and just go one game at a time, beat up Dallas Sunday night. What do you guys think?
I'm still confident in the team. And I said if they could lose this game and lose to Dallas, and I still think the division is over. They're good. And even good teams have struggles. I didn't anticipate this game being lost the way it was lost because the defense was every bit as good, and I didn't anticipate the inability of the quarterback and head coach to realize the situation and put everything on the defense. And then even given that, you still thought. The forgotten part about this by most, and I did early on the show, would be that that the quarterback did an incredible job, Jordan Love, after he made the horrific interception. Like, he got a good kickoff return, and then he just took care of business and took him right down the field and won the game. And that's what you want when people talk about a Brett Favre. You want a quarterback that when they mess up, be able to respond and not just totally tank the whole thing. And that won't be forgotten because while we all accept even more his ability to do really stupid things, he also shows the ability of a great quarterback to respond and win a game. If I'm him, I'm sure he's upset and we have some of his comments, but he should also feel pretty good, and he can't say it. We came down and got it done. That the defense was good, but when the game was on the line, we went out and won the game. Other than missing what, by current NFL standards, is a pretty easy quarterback situation. Did he hang up or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Larry. Oh, Larry in California. Historic Larry in California. I thought you were dead. You hadn't called in a long time. I was worried about you. So now the key is that you're alive, so I'm happy. Oh, I can't imagine what you're thinking. What are you thinking, Larry?
Well, I just want to say I've been listening to you from time to time in the off season. I just didn't have the urge to get a phone call in because I was waiting to see how the Packer team was going to shape up this season. But I'm very disappointed with Matt Laflur. You know, we bring him up every time that they lose a game that they should have won. And you know what? I'm thinking they should have let him go and probably bring in somebody who I think should be there, and that's Bill Belichick. If he could break the contract with North Carolina, I think he'd be the right coach for this Packer team because he's an all-time coach, and why not be with an all-time franchise like the Green Bay Packers? And that's what I think.
Really?
I think he would be a great asset. Yeah, I think they should do it. If they're paying Micah Parsons plenty of money, millions and millions, they can afford to pay Belichick. If they can find a way to get him out of North Carolina, that's what they should do because he's a coach that people respect. I think the players would play up to a higher potential if they had him, and I just think that's what the Packers need. They need Matt LaFleur. I can't forget about how he blew the playoff game with Aaron Rodgers against the 49ers at home. I still cannot believe how that game
got blocked, right?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so. But the point is, they lost that game, and how many other games did they lose? I can't go back. My memory is blurred when I see Matt LaFleur on the sideline. But
you're that bummed on him.
What?
You're that bummed on him as a coach?
Yeah,
okay.
I just think that his time is up. I really do. He's a nice guy. I'm sure he is. Sure, he's a great guy as an individual. But as far as coaching this Packer team, it's not a good fit.
I might be the only show in which you don't really ever to add all that other stuff. I don't care. I don't care if he's Mother Teresa. I don't care if he's Mr. Rogers. I don't even care how evil he is, assuming he doesn't do harm to people. There's only one thing that matters. How is he as a football coach? Like he doesn't yell at his kids.
Well,
so what? Yell at your kids.
Well,
I don't care. I care about the Packers winning games. Are you a good coach? I've compared him for a long time to Steve Mariucci, who was part of a great, and then they got rid of him right at about the time that LaFleur is now.
Right.
And it got even worse, so I'm not sure the 49ers did the same, but that's my fear, that he's good but not that special. But he's been given a good enough team by Goody now that I think he should be able to get to a Super Bowl with these players.
Yeah, but with Murphy gone and policy is in, you think they would make some wholesale changes.
I don't know why you would think that, and I don't know policy, but there's a philosophy of the way they do things in Green Bay, and it's been consistent pretty much going back to Ron Wolf, right?
Right.
And so I'm assuming that policy as a president is probably going to be the way Murphy was, or, do you think Murphy would have been a part of hiring the next president who's, exactly opposite of him? I don't think so. You could be right, but there's just a way they do things, and I don't know anything about policy other than his dad was a big part of the 49ers, but he never really was.
Right.
He's just smart and a lawyer and did arena football, but I would think he's going to be the same. I mean, the Packers have been, by NFL standards, a very successful organization. Other than that, they probably haven't won as many Super Bowls as they should have with the two quarterbacks they had.
Exactly.
And now I feel like the team is good enough, not just this year with the addition of Parsons. In the next couple or 3 years, it took a couple of years with Reggie White, they ought to be in a Super Bowl the next 3 years. They've got the players. They got players good enough.
Well, I keep telling friends who know that I'm a Packer fan that they're going to be in the Super Bowl in San Francisco or in Santa Clara this coming year.
Yeah,
and I'm hoping they're going to be there. Whether they win or not.
I don't know that it's going to be the first year because I think people forget that with Reggie it even took a couple years, and they had talented players, and Ron Wolf had to add some things to it. So, but yeah, this year they brought Parsons in with the belief that they're going to get to or win a Super Bowl, I think, in the next 3 years. He's young. They've got him for I don't know what the contract is and that kind of stuff. And let's go, right?
Well, yeah, but everybody's predicting, now that they got Parsons, that they're a Super Bowl-bound team. I mean, that's what they're all saying now.
Yeah, because that player, it's hard to get players that good, but, your coach has to be at a certain level, right? I mean, or your quarterback. Yeah. If either one of those isn't as good as you think, like they're just okay or better than average, that can be enough to keep you from getting to the Super Bowl.
Well, that's why I want Belichick to. If they could find a way to have him break his contract, bring him in.
I would have said so, but I think that's like asking for Dwight Eisenhower as the next president of the United States. Now, Belichick's not dead, but I mean that's like it's just too long. Bill Clinton. That's like bringing Bill Clinton back as the next president. I think Belichick has passed his time. I can't believe that it's as big a mess in North Carolina
Homer,
as it is.
I think he's 6 victories away from becoming the all-time winning coach.
Right. And I just want to let you know that means nothing.
Well, if you want records broken,
no, but
that's what you want.
Who holds the record? Who holds the record? Don Shula?
I think he does, yeah.
Well, and Don Shula, the things that Don Shula has accomplished, the most wins, is probably not even on the list. It's having the undefeated season, winning multiple Super Bowls, being a dominant coach for different teams, the Baltimore Colts, and he had some terrible losses as well. But to have the most wins, way to go. Give you a pat on the back. But,
well, I'll make that as a wish thing for me to think about.
I mean, Bill, like I said, Bill Belichick, whether he has the most or doesn't, is going to be viewed arguably as the greatest coach ever, right? He won so many Super Bowls with all kinds of different players other than the quarterback. I mean, in terms of all the factors involved, Bill Belichick's the greatest head coach in the NFL history, even ahead of Lombardi, and it doesn't matter what, if you got $50 billion, do you need 51? He doesn't.
You're right.
I mean, he's the man. If he doesn't get it or does get it, makes no difference. I don't know if he's just wants to keep coaching because he enjoys coaching, but I can't believe it would mean that much to him because he's done things so much more impressive than that. And Shula
he believes in history. I think he believes in the history of the NFL.
Maybe
so
then we need to talk.
I'd love to have him on.
Yeah. Well, all right. Not going to happen the way they do things, but duly noted. And Larry, how many wins do you have for the Packers this season now?
Probably 11. 11.
So you had them at 12, and now you're down to 11. All right, 11-6. They're going to win the division.
But I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch with you, so don't worry.
They're going to win the division, Larry.
They might be tied for the division. I don't know if they're going to win.
That is such. You got to hang up. That is such weak sauce. That's not the Larry I know. You've gone soft. Next.
More Green Bay game night coming up on ESPN Wisconsin and 620 WTMJ.
This summer, your wishes take center stage at Wish Fest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Play your favorite games with your Potawatomi Rewards card all summer for over $1 million in prizes and earn entries into the Wish Fest prize drawings on Friday, September 26th. Your entries from July, August, and September all count. Plus, 5 lucky winners will have their ultimate wish granted. Wish big, win big. Only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a ball.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, Drew and Jonathan Scott here. Build a customized renter's policy with American Family Insurance so you can protect your tandem bike on the go. Thief! Oh, he is struggling with that two-seater. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Some exclusions may apply. Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI and its operating companies. 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm attorney David Gruber. After an accident, you need a trusted winning team on your side. For more than 30 years, Gruber Law Offices has helped Wisconsin families get the results they deserve. If you've been injured, call our firm today for a free consultation. We're available 24/7. Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices, proud partner of your Milwaukee Brewers. One call, that's all.
This is Mike and Michelle Grau from Professional Construction Inc.,
a.k.a. PCI.
Around here, they're the same thing, like Friday fish fry and a good old-fashioned.
We're the Waukesha neighbors you see at the grocery store. Friday night football games, and yes, in your kitchen, making that space better than ever.
For us, PCI isn't just a name. It's family, it's community. It's putting our heart into every build and remodel.
PCI, for all your construction needs. Visit professionalconstructioninc.com.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Green and gold fans, it's game day. And you know what that means. Tailgating with friends and raising a glass to our favorite team. This season, make Bacardi the star of your pregame party. Whether you're mixing up a classic Bacardi and cola, refreshing Bacardi lime and soda, or a smooth spiced and cola, Bacardi is the perfect pick for game day fun. Grab a bottle and get ready to cheer on Green Bay with the best in hand. Available now at your local retailer. Live passionately, drink responsibly. Bacardi USA, Miami, Florida. Run 40% alcohol by volume.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Packers lost. I don't need to give the score again. It is Green Bay Game Night. I've called it Green Bay Game Afternoon and also said it's the postgame for the Titanic. Joining us now is Jason Wilde to conclude the show. Mark Tauscher, Gary Ellerson, and now Jason Wilde. Good evening, Jason.
Post-game for the Titanic.
Yeah, that's right. This was as big a surprise, the manner in which they lost the game, as the Titanic going down. Did you dispute that?
You just can't help yourself.
Well, what is
no.
People didn't die, of course. I know that.
No,
but
yeah. I know you know that, but like
that was the greatest boat ever. They thought at the time, it's the greatest ship ever made.
So the Rams are lining up for a field goal in Philly, and they get it blocked, and they lose the game in the final seconds on a similar but not the same play. The Packers defense could have still gotten a stop after the blocked field goal. They allowed I thought it was going to go to overtime. I still can't believe they allowed them to get in position for an elite unit that we always, and rightfully so, because I do believe they're an elite unit. But they didn't, you always say, hold up your end of the donkey. The game wasn't over when they blocked the kick. That should have been, okay, well, I guess we're going to have to go beat these guys in overtime. And instead, they wind up losing the game. So, Jordan Love's throwing that interception.
They only went like 15 yards. They got the ball to 47, and they kicked it from the 37.
Yeah, but it was with like 12 seconds left.
Again, my complaint on the defense was that last play over the middle. I thought you hang around, you tackle them. I didn't think they could have time to stop the clock. But again,
the minimum is 12 seconds.
Nothing, and I said the same to Tauscher. Nothing is close to. This was one of the worst coaching decisions. I can't comprehend it. How you don't run the ball.
Coaching decision?
How you pass the ball, or don't tell them not to pass the ball when you're up by 7, and football and all sports are game score.
Up. Wait a minute.
Matt Laflur, if I was owner, I could have fired him. I could have fired him after not running the ball when you're up by 7 and the defense is down. The offense can't score. That offense can't go 80 yards in a month against you, and you allow Jordan Love to pass the ball. I can't comprehend it.
Right, and then he runs the ball 3 times, and they kick the field goal, which then gets blocked. Like, then you can't have it both ways.
I can't have it both ways. You're up by 7. If you cannot complain, you don't think the worst decision in that game by tenfold was Lafleur up 7, allowing a pass and a chance for an interception, knowing a punt makes them drive 80 yards in the final couple minutes to tie the game?
I have a co-host who placed a wager on Jordan Love winning MVP.
Right?
Jordan Love has to be better than that and not throw that pick. I don't care what.
No,
I don't care what Matt Lafleur says about it being a bad play call. You can't do that.
You have to know your quarterback.
He dropped into the window, and I didn't see him there. I saw your conversation about trusting him, and I think it's a fair discussion to have.
This isn't the first time he's done something stupid.
I understand.
Okay.
But if we're going to sit here and we're going to put him in an MVP conversation and we're going to crown him prematurely the way we did after 2023's second half, then we have to say that is a play that you can't throw a pick.
I agree totally.
And I don't care if the guy dropped into the window or not. You just and the reason why your conversation, while I don't necessarily agree that we should not trust him per se, is a valid debate to have is because now, it happened in this game. It happened in the playoff game in the fourth quarter in San Francisco when you had them on the ropes.
On first
it happened
down.
in Philly. So my point is that, either you decide as the coach that you don't believe in him really at all, and you just do the and look, the game has changed. Like the run it 3 times and then punt, while you may be right, and that would have been the way to go today, generally speaking, coaches have basically said, look, that is a recipe for defeat. If I do that and then we punt it back, then I'm putting my defense in a position, and I know the Packers defense is great, but then I'm putting the defense in a position where I could have just ended the game on offense. And again, I don't feel like it's not like it was an especially risky play call or risky throw. And to me, that's the problem with, and look, I'm not saying Lafleur doesn't deserve criticism, just like Luke Fickell. Like, you can't have 14 penalties in a game. That is a reflection of you. You can't have your special teams consistently botch something. That is a reflection of Rich Bisaccia, right? I mean, he took all the blame last year, Rich Bisaccia did, for that Bears trick punt return. Well, it is your responsibility. And you know, I mean, the crazy thing is the fact that the guy who blocked the field goal, it's his 7th blocked field goal. And that clearly Rich Bisaccia talked about it with his guys because Rob Domofsky, who was nice enough to send the quotes from the locker room, talked to Matt Orzek, the long snapper, and he said, look, we knew that he was really good at it. So
yeah, you could fire him tomorrow.
I'm just saying there's a bunch of different failures here.
Right, but that's how bad Lafleur's is. It's 10 times worse than any of the others.
No. I'm
Given
sorry.
the game and situation, you haven't brought up that you have a game in which the offense of Cleveland was historically horrific. That all the other things are important, but this is a game and situation in which there is zero need because, as you would say, you'd know this as Lafleur, that Jordan Love has made questionable calls, as good as he is, and I think he's good. But he's done this. But that has nothing to do with it. With this offense against your defense, you run the ball every time in this situation, and everything else is secondary. But you don't agree, right?
Well, I'm saying it's 3rd and 3 from your 25-yard line. What I thought he called a pretty simple concept. Again, Matt Lafleur is always going to take the blame, never going to throw his players under the bus. Mike McCarthy was the same way, even when Aaron Rodgers would throw him under the bus. But I'm sorry, great play by Delpit to drop into coverage. Great, awesome. Even better that he returned it 25 yards down to the 4, because to your point, the way the Browns offense was operating, had they taken over at the 29-yard line where he made the interception, I'm not sure they would have scored a touchdown there. But at some level, that's a play that Jordan has to make. You can criticize LaFleur's decision to throw it there, but you pick that first down up. I believe the Browns had used up 2 of their timeouts already. So the thought process there is they're going to be expecting the run. They're the best run defense in the league, so they're going to sell out to stop Josh Jacobs on 3rd and 3.
And you don't care. You don't care.
Again, if you put your faith in your quarterback, who is supposed to be an MVP candidate according to some people, then you should be. I think it's reasonable to expect him to have executed that play. I still can't. I'm watching that over again here. I still can't believe he threw that pick. Again, he said, I didn't see him. Yeah, clearly. Because I know you didn't throw it. I know you didn't see him and throw it to him anyway. But again, and what I do find a little frustrating is, and do I agree that we didn't criticize Rodgers frequently enough sometimes? Yeah, sure. I'll get on board with that. But my point is that we always try to kind of push the blame off of Jordan Love. And that's a major mistake with your team leading by a touchdown. I just don't think he should get let off the hook.
Oh, I agree.
We think that Matt Lafleur shouldn't have called the pass.
No, there's a reason to question how far you can go with Jordan Love if he's capable of plays that bad. And I didn't like his answer after the game. It's like he didn't know the game in time anyway. He didn't bring that up. What team is he on?
What was?
You'd say.
What was your?
It was.
I want to know what. I want to know what your you can't trust him thing was?
Because
Explain
he makes mistakes and makes incredibly stupid decisions. And I have to expect, as good as he is, given all the other skills he has, that in any situation, he's capable of doing something really dumb, and I have to factor that in terms of what options I give him. And in situations where there's no reason to take 0% risk, you say, well, he wouldn't do that. I can't risk that. He's capable of doing anything on one play so incredibly stupid, it's hard to comprehend, given how good he is, and I have to know that, just as was the case, I'm sure, that Holmgren thought about Brett Favre.
Yeah,
So, I still trust him as a player, totally. But
I don't think the throw was stupid. I think it was lack of awareness, and so I have a hard time. Like, again,
as a football player, not a person. As a football player, lack of awareness is stupid. I mean, that's a high school kid playing that game, or a coach probably would have told him, playing that game in that situation. That team, and he's not even aware of it. He's not even thinking of it, and Laflur wasn't either. They can't score in our defense in a month. Just run the damn ball, try to get a first down, but I'm not taking any risk, 0 risk. Have you ever been with the Packers following them where your defense was that much dominant over the offense they were facing? I bet.
Not on a regular basis.
Right. And that has to be part of the what's the word that you said? Awareness. And it wasn't, even post-game. I can't do that when we are so dominant on the other side of the ball. I can't take any risk. He didn't even bring that up. I'm not sure he even learned that from it. What he learned is I got to watch the people. No. You got to be aware of the game and situation. That's what a quarterback does. When they can't, then it's their coach's job to know, well, that's not one of his strengths. I better limit the options that are available.
Yeah. I just don't feel like it was this major malpractice to call it. I think your point about how good the Packers defense is and that they're unlikely, even if Daniel Whelan kicks a 75-yard punt or whatever, and it goes into the end zone, and it's a touchback, and they're at their 20. You're probably right. They're probably not capable with Joe Flacco of marching down the field. You're probably right about that. I think that's probably fair. But again, I think there's a lot of blame to go around, and no doubt Matt Lafleur deserves some of it, undeniably. But I don't know if I'm willing to go so far as to say that choosing to throw a relatively simple concept that should have gotten the first down, or at the very least, you don't throw the ball and you eat it and punt. I can't quite get to where you're at.
All right. The special, he's.
Yeah, I have a hard time. I have a very hard time defending him. Like, it just feels like Tausch sent me a text while you guys must have been talking about this in terms of Joe Barry versus Rich Bisaccia. And my point to him was, I remember when they hired Joe Barry, our expectations were not through the roof; they were through the basement.
Yes, they were very low.
We're like, I can't believe they hired this guy.
Right.
And Rich Bisaccia is the polar opposite of that. Hey, they finally paid up, because he gets paid a ton of money. They finally paid up and got a guy who's been a special teams coach in this league for a long time, has had a bunch of success, and that was so the expectation bar was so much higher for him, and so he has been a far greater disappointment than Joe Barry was. Like, I kind of laughed when I saw that, not because it wasn't an interesting perspective, but because I had low expectations for Joe Barry. So he didn't have to. He probably, if I'm being completely honest, he probably overperformed what I was expecting from him. when they hired him.
Yeah, there's other things as well. All right, I know you got to go, so I want to get the injury report presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. The post-game injury report presented by Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. There is a difference. Visit orthowisconsin.com today for more information. Jason?
Yeah, so, obviously we all saw the Zach Tom situation, which, Matt Lafleur said, we can't have a guy play one snap. Yeah, again, and I'm not sure what the medical. I keep seeing everybody because there were some people who went after me for the Jaden Reed thing on social media, and saying that, well, I just can't believe that the Packers, historically conservative medical staff would have let him play. Well, I think they're in like the transition from Doc McKenzie to Dr. Mike Ryan, who's going to be their new, and he may actually be the final say guy now. I guess I haven't really thought about that. And I'm certainly not saying that I know that, now they're going to be more aggressive and less cautious. But I was talking to Zach Tom on Friday, and, he knew the risk versus the desire that he had to play in the game. And, I am definitely conservative. And he barely run earlier in the week. So when he was active, I was stunned. I just didn't understand it. And so for him to play one play and then he's done, like, I don't know who. I guess I blame Matt Lafleur. I guess I blame Zach Tom, and I guess I blame the medical staff if he talked them into letting him play. But then it's just a domino effect, right? First of all, they choose to play Jordan Morgan at right tackle instead of Anthony Belton, and I know Anthony Belton isn't Joe Thomas, but I thought Jordan Morgan had a terrible day. He gave up a sack. He had 2 false start penalties at right tackle. And then when Aaron Banks re-injures his groin, or Matt Lafleur said it's a different injury. So, again, we'll have to follow up on that because he was questionable, or he had been questionable the previous week and didn't play with ankle and groin injuries. And Lafleur said it was a groin, or the team said it was a groin. So I don't know if it's the other one or what it was. But again, this is, now you're missing 2 of your offensive linemen. Now
we think he set a record, the first offensive lineman ever to be penalized for the same thing at 2 different offensive line positions in the same game.
That's
probably
possible. True. And then Rasheed Walker leaves for a while, so now Anthony Belton's over left tackle. So that was, let's be honest about that too. Like, their offensive line, much like the Badgers, had a very rough go of it, and it made life more difficult for their offense as a whole. So that's part of it. The other part of the injury report, and I didn't expect. I knew Tucker Kraft was going to play. I didn't expect him to play to that degree, but he did, and he had a huge play. Like, if they go win the game on that field goal, he's got a huge play on that, right? He's got the 18-yard catch and run. So. Again,
was he a part of the block? Did he?
Well, so he allows Denzel Ward to get the corner on him, but it was Shelby Harris that blocked it.
Okay.
So, the first time I saw it at live 100% speed, I was like, oh my God, did the corner get that on Tucker? And then, when you watch it again, the angle they had made it a little bit tough to tell.
It was the inside guy.
But he did not. Denzel Ward did not miss it by much. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So, again, I would say that from an injury perspective, I saw Micah Parsons limp off briefly. Now, again, I don't know if that was just related to like cramping or what that was, but they were they definitely had some trouble with that. And Rasheed Walker came back in, but look, everybody gets injuries. The Browns were playing without one of their best offensive linemen, and then one of the guys filling in got hurt on the opening series. So they did not lose this game because of injuries. That much we can all agree on.
Dallas is next. Thanks, Jason.
All right, guys. Take care. Be good.
Jason Wilde, all Packers all the time. The Jim Harbaugh and the Chargers pulled off a pretty big surprise. I think they did just win 23-20. I think they made a field goal at the end of the game. They were down by, I think, a touchdown late. But of note, Minnesota won easily. The Bears, is that over yet? Or is
There's
it
a minute left.
And the Bears are up 31-14, so it's pretty
Basically
much over.
Yep.
And now they just got an interception. So Dallas Cowboys are next on the road for the Packers. And I am next.
Stay right here. Green Bay Game Night will be right back on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ.
Oh no, there's only seltzer left, and it's passionberry almond fruit? Who comes up with these? Kick the aluminum can to the curb and mix up a cocktail you actually want with Tito's. It tastes great, it's gluten-free, and it's available in a variety of sizes for your convenience. The flavor abilities are endless. Tito's Handmade Vodka, the official spirit of whatever you want to drink. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The vibrant fall colors and cooler temperatures make for great days out on the golf course. The Island invites you to experience the best of fall golf with late season rounds at Sweetgrass or Sage Run. Fall golf rates run through the end of the 2025 season, with tee times starting at $75 and stay and play packages from $125. And submit your 2026 golf package requests early to guarantee choice dates. Plan your fall golf adventure today at islandresortgolf.com.
Grand Slams and walk-offs. If you haven't jumped on the bandwagon by now, what are you waiting for? Siding Unlimited is Milwaukee's very own national champions. That's right, Siding Unlimited installs windows, and we do it really well, earning the prestigious Pella Platinum Premier National Certified Contractor of the Year award 5 times. New windows? Our expert team will deliver on a smooth, hassle-free installation, making you feel proud of calling Siding Unlimited for your window project. What's the next step? Call 262-567-4513 or go to sidingunlimited.com.
It's ESPN Wisconsin's Game Night Show for Events by Design. Events like appreciation parties and retreats can go a long way towards boosting morale and retaining top talent. Events by Design is your go-to creative partner for employee events that truly make an impact. They help leaders retain top talent by making their people feel seen, valued, and celebrated. The creative team at Events by Design does all the planning and production, making sure things not only look great, but also work. Make a smart investment in your culture today. Search online, Events by Design. They design, you party.
It's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga for Comfort Awnings. I reclaim my outdoor space by having Comfort Awnings install a motorized retractable awning so I can enjoy the sun and get relief when I need it. Sensors are also available that detect strong winds and rain to extend or retract your awning. They even protect against UV radiation so you can safely enjoy the outdoors. Family owned and located in Burlington, Comfort Awnings expertly installs custom awnings that fit your home and style. Right now, you can receive $250 off all awnings and screens. Call 414-AWNINGS or visit comfortawnings.com.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer. Our policy is to provide equal opportunity employment, development, and advancement to all current and potential teammates. If you are an organization that maintains a job bank, provides employment information, or gives job referrals, you may request to be placed on the station's mailing list for future career opportunities. To learn more about careers at Good Karma Brands, please email careers@goodkarmabrands.com.
At Tony Wendorf & Associates First Weber Group, we believe in the human side of real estate. For us, it's faith, family, and friends in that order. We live that every single day. I'm Tony Wendorf. We move fast, negotiate with confidence, and communicate clearly so our clients win. We operate from a place of gratitude, having donated nearly $200,000 back to our community since 2020. You deserve a team that delivers a luxury experience no matter the price point. Contact us today to get started. Tony Wendorf & Associates, trusted knowledge, superior service. Contact us at wendorfteam.firstweber.com.
You're listening to Green Bay Game Night on ESPN Wisconsin at 620 WTMJ. React to the game by calling the Carbless Talk and Text line, 800-990-3776.
Packers lose 13-10 to the Cleveland Browns. Hard to explain how it happened. Jordan Love. Will we have some of his comments after the game? Okay.
Yeah, we have his comments on, this is post-game in Cleveland on his interception that he threw late in the game.
No, it's a quick game. So, it's just taking that left-right footwork and throwing it. Obviously, I'm trying to get it out, but it's one of those you gotta be able to see him falling off. He did a great job making a play. I didn't see him, but something I've seen before. I gotta find a way to see him.
I gotta find a way to see him. Quarterback Jordan Love says.
Again, it reinforces what to me is the biggest problem, way more than the interceptions. No concept of game and time, and no concept of the defense, and that he doesn't think it, or the coach didn't feel it necessary to tell him, and the coach didn't tell him, thinking there's no way he would. It's hard for me to comprehend. It is as if the game had not taken place, or all the thoughts and decisions were not impacted in any way by what they watched. So we'll see what happens in the future. But yes, Jordan Love has many skills and many talents, but he also has the ability to make horrific decisions. And if you can avoid that in certain ways by limiting him, you're better off. I doubt there will ever be a situation, game, time, etc., similar to this one, where it was so obvious that you can't throw the ball. Because there's only, given the game that we all watch, the only way they can lose the game is if there's a fumble or an interception. So they generally feel safer because isn't it like they have a runner, Jacobs, who's a fumbler, though he did actually fumble later on, and it probably should have gone to Cleveland, but didn't because they couldn't see a view that was clear that someone else had it. But either way, and the fact that Jordan Love doesn't bring that up emphasizes my point that not only does he not see it, but the coach didn't feel it necessary to tell him, and the coach didn't think it. And the defense certainly is that they haven't experienced it like this, to where we just can't screw up. They can't score on our defense. And imagine if they had, the worst case scenario where they had punted the ball after 3 runs, and then Cleveland goes down to run the score. Who's going to argue against? Then you would blame the defense. How could you be so bad to give that many yards, given the dominance? And yes, that's the right decision, and it's easily the right decision. But that's not how it plays out, and we'll see in the future. I said before, if they lost this game and then lost to Dallas, that I would still pick them, that they've won the division, and I still expect that to take place. I just will admit I didn't envision them losing a game like this with such horrific lack of awareness, as that's the word that Jason used. So, long season ahead. Still believe in them. I couldn't believe the first down interception in the playoffs, but this is like 10 times worse. I could be proven wrong. I don't believe it's possible for something to be much worse than that. There is baseball coming up, but the only baseball that's important is that the Brewers clinched the division. They did lose, but they clinched it because of the Cubs. So now the issue that's left is only Philadelphia against the Brewers. So who gets the number 1 seed? I didn't check. Are they a game up, or I don't know what it is?
The magic number's 4. I know that.
Oh,
so they need to win. Yeah.
Okay, right. And in this case with Philly, they win the tiebreaker. So all they have to do is finish tied with Philadelphia. Packers lose to the Cleveland Browns 13-10. Thanks for listening.
This is Matt Mike.